Episode 25 is a boxing debate / talk show where we have in the red corner the undefeated, pound for pound, undisputed Akhi, whatever you want to call him. To my left is my opponent / my victim, the one and only in the blue corner.
You see it, 3P out there, pundit with the PhD in pugilism, Professor Nims, about to lay down another Fury style beating out here.
Well, hopefully you not trying to take advantage, and hopefully, unlike Fury, who already disqualified himself for being a great for cheating on more than one occasion, hopefully it's a fair fight. With that being said, we're gonna talk about it. I'm gonna leave the time slot for the Fury versus Deontay Wilder glove controversy. However, we first going to start off with the heavyweight fight that took on place on PBC last night. It was a stacked card all around. It was a great night of fighting. And Kownacki was supposed to, at this moment, was supposed to be his showcase fight before his big step-up fight against a Ruiz or a Deontay Wilder. However, Heleneis had other plans. So talk about that fight, Professor Nim, what you saw in that, and Heleneis and his future.
Well, I think Robert Heleneis is who we pretty much thought he was. Like he is the type that will, if you don't come on your P's and Q's, he will not only upset you but probably knock you out. He's had an upset in the past. Well, say kind of a modicum of an upset. But with Adam Kownacki, I think it was somebody who had a pretty nice following. You know, he's the babyface guy, so he's kind of like this, looks like a big giant baby, but he goes and knocks out people. He had a style that was limited, and at some point, once you get to a certain level, especially as a heavyweight, with that type of come forward style, he was gonna end up like he did, and he was hurt pretty bad against Robert Heleneis, but I think he can come back from it. I'm not sure if he was ever at the elite championship level, but he's somebody who has a nice following. He has a nice style. He goes for the knockout. He has a crowd pleasing style, so he can make some noise in the heavyweight division. But he's gonna have to pick up the pieces and change a couple of things about his style.
Yeah, Heleneis, I like his style, but at the end of the day, if you're planning on being a Mike Tyson in the heavyweight division, then you might have to mind your defense. A lot of people look at Mike Tyson and think he this aggressive bull, but he had a lot of technique to him that people don't realize. So Kownacki has to work on his technique, because last night he almost looked like a punching bag to me. He was getting clapped with everything in the kitchen sink. So you can't afford to be getting hit like that in the heavyweight division. I don't care who you is. Defense is very important, even at heavyweight, because it don't take too many punches. It don't take too many punches to get you out of there. Unlike any other division, the heavyweight division, it takes the few amount of punches to get you out of there, because of the obvious reason you hit harder, and it's the same human chin and jaw. So with that being said, Kownacki, he need to work on his defense, in my opinion. I always had problem with his defense. He have a very entertaining style, but for your health, for your sake, for your career, you have to work on the defense portion and focus on that heavily, because Kownacki, Heleneis was catching him with everything in the boxing book. Them right hands counters was beautiful, and then he hurt him on more than one occasion. Them took him out. So Heleneis, just came out of nowhere. Of course, he has a good record, but
he's kind of been around for like a while. He's really kind of not a journeyman, but more kind of a gatekeeper. He's a certain level of a fighter, like world class, not the top of the elite of the world class, but he's a world class fighter, and he's got himself another payday. A pretty good one.
And many more coming his way because of this performance that he pulled off. Now, of course, boxing is the theater of the unexpected. PBC had a great all-around card. Even the heavyweight fighter that made his opponent run out of the ring, he fought last night, El Jabbar. So he has a good record too, 16 fights and 15 by KO. So with that being said, the heavyweight division is well and alive. However, we must clean up the cheating in the sport. So we're going to talk about it and we're going to dive in. You already know how we do on Split Decision. Now, of course, your boy fought last night. For the people that don't know, Split Decision is a boxing debate / talk show. But we also talk about striking. You know, any sport that talk about striking, 1% of the time we will talk about it. 99% of the time we talk about boxing. Of course, Israel, one of my favorite fighters, Habib and John Jones in the UFC. So, of course, my man fought last night, Israel versus your boy who you picked to win.
Yoel Romero.
He's 42, but he look like he's 24 doing all them flips and stuff. But I believe last night Israel made him feel his age by the end of the fight because... You know, all of them kicks was very effective. Now, the fight started off pretty slow. Yoel had Israel kind of questioning what he should do next. You know, but Israel, like he talked about, patience is the key to beat Yoel because he will have you waiting and then he will explode on you as soon as you lose patience. Yeah. So what you saw in the fight last night, did Israel impress you? Did you see a weakness in Israel game? Because, you know, he calling out the best, John Jones, 2021. He said he coming for the throne.
I wouldn't say that I saw a weakness in them. It wasn't a good fight, and I like both of these fighters. I think Israel is just a wizard inside of the cage. And Yoel Romero is just a genetic athletic freak from Cuba. He's doing it for the old heads out there. And I wanted him, this was kind of a happenstance, opportunity for him to be able to fight for the title. And everything was against him to win this fight. But I said if something special happens, he has a special night, then he could win it. And that didn't happen at all, mainly because of Israel. Israel was very patient. Yoel was basically, he likes to conserve his energy. He's very heavily, muscled. So it takes a lot of, oxygen and stuff to power those muscles. So he in his later years, he's developed a kind of a laid back style. And then Israel didn't really play into it. So you had a lot of stalling at times, but Israel pretty much controlled the fight. Some judges had it 3-2. I think honestly, I probably had it maybe 4-1 or something, but I wouldn't tell my friend that because we were betting. But those last kicks, they were hurting me, and they looked super painful. But it wasn't a good fight. So I mean,
I think it was a good fight. I don't think it was that bad of a fight. Of course, it wasn't like the undercard or the co-main event, where it was a complete war. This had more, it was like, that's what I like to call the art of war, where fighters ain't doing a thing, but there's a lot going on because they filling each other out, they fainting, just like in the sport of boxing. Yeah. So I respect it. I respect the art of fighting. So, I wouldn't call it a bad fight. However, Yoel had a lot to complain about after the fight. Now, you have, I respect the fact that you honest and you gave Yoel only one round, even though you could easily say he won 2 rounds. Possible, but at the end of the day, my man won it clear. Israel, it was his moment. But at the end of the day, I believe he handled the moment how he was supposed to, because Yoel, on one hand, he threw me off because he was saying that he won the fight, or Yoel, he complained about Israel not wanting to fight. Now, that goes to both of the fighters. Mm-hmm. Yoel has to look in the mirror first when he makes those complaints, because Israel's last couple fights are very entertaining when fighters come at him. I mean, they always complain about Rigondeaux, talking about, Rigondeaux, he boring, he this and that. But okay, well, let your hands go, and he gonna counter you and make it entertaining. So Yoel can't complain about Israel claiming that Israel didn't dish it out, that he not a champion because he didn't fight like a champion with all the people paying the pay-per-views. But at the end of the day, what's the point of all of that if Yoel himself didn't let his hand fly? So what's your take on Yoel complaining about Israel, not fighting and entertaining the fans how he was supposed to, paying their hard-earning money to watch an entertaining fight?
I think that it was somebody who lost and was kind of grasping at straws to try to give an explanation for a poor fight and poor performance. And I love Yoel Romero. He's probably my favorite MMA. Well, I mean, John Jones is up there, of course, just because he's just supremely talented and probably is the GOAT. But just entertainment-wise and watching, he's one of my favorite fighters. And I bet some a round of drinks. Well, not even just covering the drinks. We went out to a spot. We don't want to give free advertising, but went out to
to watch a fight.
To watch out too.
And you already know Professor Nim had to pay for the food and all of the above because you already know he picked the wrong person. So that being said, I understand.
I was voted with my heart there, and I was like, I just wanted to make it interesting because London, shout out to London. London was a guy who joined us out there, and he told me the guy he was going for, and I knew because everybody who has any kind of a brain is going for Israel. He might be the best fighter in UFC and might be the brightest star out there, but I wanted to make it interesting. I wanted to have fun, so I was like, I'm going with my boy, the 42-year-old, and I lost.
Well,
I paid for drinks.
At the end of the day, I feel like he presented a good, a sign of himself. He's still a good fighter. He still got it. But I just feel like Israel is a better fighter, obviously.
Yeah, it's just his time.
Yeah, it's his time. And I feel like Yoel, this was kind of like his last chance at a world title.
It's definitely his last chance at a title. Because
he's getting there. He's getting up there with age. But with that being said, can you hit the bell, Professor Nim, so we can move on to the next round? And this round, just interesting news came out that J-Rock Williams will not be applying the rematch clause, and he's not going to activate the rematch clause to fight Rosario. Of course, J-Rock Williams, when he fought Rosario the first time, he was pretty focused. He said that he's not overlooking him. He trained hard. But Rosario is that good of a fighter. And like I said, boxing is the theater of the unexpected. We see upsets all the time. So we even though we just saw an upset last night on PBC, this was a very huge upset, possibly one of the biggest upsets was it in 2020 or 2019?
2019.
Oh, this fight was in 2019?
Yeah, 2019.
Yeah, so with that being said, Charlo versus Rosario could be the fight next because you already know Charlo been complaining about, not getting a unification fight, wanting a unification fight, but can't get his hand on a champion. So with that being said, can Lion only collect some more straps? And how do you see this fight playing out at 154? Because Rosario is a live dog. Charlo, you already know we rep at the Lion only all day because he's willing to fight anybody. And he been fighting the best at his division, the likes of Lubin and all the above. And y'all saw the rematch with Tony was a hell of a fight. Now a fight where Rosario, a fight makes sense, make dollars, and it's a unification bout. So what's your take on that?
Yeah, so my mistake. So that fight was 2020.
Oh, yeah. So
right.
candidate of upset of the year.
Yeah, right at the beginning. So I think it says something that, first of all, I'll go with J-Rock, that he's not going right back into the rematch if you have a clause. Because you have, there's a championship belt that's out there that was previously yours, and the guy who you fought, has that belt, and then you have an opportunity to exercise a clause in the contract that is you put into the contract, and then you have an opportunity because once you get into the ring with somebody, that belt is as much yours as it is that other opponent, right? Whoever comes out wins. So he has the opportunity to have that belt sitting there for him. But I think it might stem to maybe there might be some kind of things in camp or some things that he needs to kind of adjust in his professional life. I want to speculate on like personal that he wants to make sure that he addresses and gets right, similar to Jay Hurd. But I think it's interesting. So that he's not. So he believes this probably wasn't kind of a fluke or just a bad night, that maybe there was some things in there that he really needs to work on.
Yeah.
Well, with lines only, with so this is with
Jamel
Charlo. So I mean, yeah, I mean it's interesting, I guess. Go get another strap.
I mean, do you see that as a 50-50 fight? Because I believe Rosario is a live dog.
He's definitely a live dog. It doesn't mean there had to be a 50-50 fight. I still give Charlo his props. He's one of the top, definitely top, in his weight division.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I would have him the favorite in that.
Yeah.
Get another strap, but
one thing for sure, Charlo is not cinnamon Canelo. Like, he will go straight to the fire, to the lion's den, and fight the best. And Rosario he beat J-Rock in an impressive fashion. J-Rock, one of the best fighters in the game, especially at 154, and he dismantled him. So I believe Charlo versus Rosario is almost a 50-50 fight. I have to favor my man Charlo, but at the end of the day, he cannot sleep on him, because that's one guy that could cause an upset pretty easy. I mean, like, the way the 154-pound division have been circulating lately, it's been very interesting. Hurd beat Lara beat this guy, Lara, that guy beats Lara. So it's like, whoever grabs the strap, the next fighter almost takes it from him. So, like I said, you never know what happens at the in boxing. Is the theater of the unexpected. And at 154 is that division where you have a lot of power and a lot of speed. So upsets could happen all the times, like the welterweight division. With that being said, can you hit the bell, Professor Nim, so we can move on to the next round? And you already know that's what the people here. Shout out to the people in the chat, all my Akhis. Subscribe below, click on the like button, click on the notification bell to get notified every time we post or go live on Split Decision. This is the topic of the night.
Hashtag Professor Nims.
Hashtag buried Professor Nim, because I'm about to bury him on this topic. So we have Deontay Wilder versus Tyson Fury, glove cheating accusations.
I thought you were talking about the trilogy.
Well, we could talk about the trilogy. However, we'll see if Tyson Fury gets suspended, because he should be suspended for the criminal act that he did against Deontay Wilder. I could not believe it. Now, we all know I must clear this up and get it out the way. After the fight, me and Professor Nim, he my witness, we came on this show for 2 episodes, 2 weeks back to back. We gave Tyson Fury his props. I gave Tyson Fury his props. Every single credit. So with that being said, come to find out, Tyson Fury cheated his way in order to beat Deontay Wilder. He didn't do it fairly.
We found that out.
He didn't do it on an even playing field.
Really?
Yeah. So welcome to the Akhi University, Professor Nam, when you a student on Split Decision. I was his student. Now he my student on this show.
School me.
So with that being said, the whole controversy over the glove came up. And as you see on the chat, everybody is going off on Tyson Fury. Tyson Fury blocked his Instagram comment section. Normally, when a fighter block his Instagram comment section, is usually if they dealing with domestic violence, or like Conor McGregor when he punched that 40-year-old man, because it's on camera, it's evidence that he did it, he guilty. He customizes Instagram because he don't want to receive the backlash. However, Tyson Fury, if he's innocent, why is he customizing his IG instead of coming out on public and clarifying and putting respect on his name, claiming, hey, listen, I didn't cheat to beat Deontay Wilder. I did it with my skill. But apparently his skill wasn't enough. He didn't have enough will nor skill. And once you're a cheater, you will always be a cheater. So we're going to talk about it. So how you explain Tyson Fury? I send you the videos that I uploaded and the footage and the proof of Tyson Fury glove. The rotating more than 90 degrees. So with that being said, what's your take on the whole controversy and Tyson Fury not responding, being a no-show, not even celebrating his victory? I don't know who won. Is it Deontay Wilder who won or Tyson Fury? Because he not even celebrating his victory.
He not? How do you know that?
Huh?
How do you know he's not celebrating?
Have you seen him celebrate?
Oh, so if you don't see it, then that means it doesn't happen.
I mean, he knocked out Tom Schwartz, and he acted like he knocked out George Foreman the way he was celebrating.
Well,
and when
listen.
he knocked out Deontay Wilder, he's a no-show. He's not even bragging about knocking out Deontay Wilder. But when he knocked out Tom Schwartz, he's out here on ESPN, on all type of networks, on social media, talking shit to the world, to Anthony Joshua, to Wilder, knocking out Tom Schwartz. But you knock out Deontay Wilder, and you ain't even celebrating?
Well, I mean, Tyson Fury is English. He's from England, and if you look over there, he's been doing his rounds like on their press because that's where he's from.
What press? What press did he do?
BT. He did like the morning show with his wife.
That's a family show.
They've been making
and
their
I
rounds.
pretty much, they pulled him to the side, told him, hey, don't bring up the glove controversy. It's for real. We not trying to talk about it because we had to do a thing or two. We had to do what we had to do in order to win the fight. So first of all, so you don't think he cheated? Is that what you're telling me?
Not at all. Not like 1 ounce of me. I think so. One thing is people are uploading footage from the first fight and they're saying that, oh no, it was like for both fights. So guys, let me give you an example. If you ever been to a fight, I was not only a boxer, I was a corner man, a professional cut man for my brother. Shout out Pink Panther, Mari Coleman. But once you're back there and when your opponent is getting his hand wraps, you usually have a coach that sits there with them and then watches them while they get their hand wrapped. And then they have a commissioner that like signs off. And then the commissioner, they have the person that's back there that kind of looks so for him to be able to do it, it would have to be a conspiracy that goes all the way from Deontay's camp to the Nevada Commission.
So you're saying there's no way you could cheat? Is that what you're saying?
There's always ways to cheat. You
exactly, and a cheater can always find a way to cheat.
Do I think he cheated? I said no, because it would have to be collusion.
Okay, so
on
how
like
did
epic
Margarito
proportions.
cheat against Cotto? When he used
Margarito got caught cheating by Sugar Shane. Yes, he did. Yes, he did.
Okay, Sugar Shane, not the commission. Sugar Shane caught him, exactly, not the commission.
Well, it wasn't
that
Sugar
wrapped
Shane.
up the glove and signed off on him.
It wasn't Sugar Shane.
His trainer.
It was his trainer.
Yeah, so what I'm saying is the commission didn't catch Margarito cheating. So how did he cheat against Cotto then when he busted Cotto up? Like I said, it's holes in the system, and Tyson Fury took advantage of holes in the system. So I got a couple questions for you. How you explain the glove wrap sticking out of the left glove but not on the right glove?
The glove wrap? Say it again?
Yeah, I sent you the footage. I'm going to put up the footage so people could see and know what I'm talking about. So how you explain the hand wrap sticking out of the glove? As y'all see the pictures on the live, how you explain the hand wrap sticking out of the glove? Look at Professor Nim, speechless.
Yeah, I know. So
Professor Nim ain't
the
got
problem is,
nothing to say.
is he under investigation?
He
am
is
I
under
missing
investigation.
something?
Yeah,
I didn't get that. So like, who's investigating him?
We are the boxing world that paid for the fight. You know what I mean?
Because you said criminal act. So criminal act means that like law enforcement are coming in. So usually, like, trust me, like if you do bring in, like if you're caught like cheating, like having loaded wraps, that can be considered a criminal act in there. So that can be the case. I haven't seen any of this. I mean, I've seen speculation, I've seen conspiracy theories, but that's usually what happens when you have a dominant heavyweight champion who is a knockout champ, who has this fearsome reputation. And then when they are humbled in a sense, they come up with some things because they don't want to just actually look inside. So similar happened to Tyson against Buster Douglas. And I'm not calling Tyson Fury Buster Douglas. But you remember there was this conspiracy theory. It might have been some actual credence to it about the long count. So they went and so they had a press conference. They did all these other things out there. Don King, who was promoter for both of them, spent a lot of money in trying to get this decision reversed. And then finally Tyson had to man up at a certain point and just said, you know what, I got beat by the better man that night in there. So I think that we are looking at a trilogy. And with that trilogy coming up, if See, Wilder hasn't come out and said so. I want to say Wilder and his camp have not made any of these speculations.
So,
right, am I correct in that?
So first of all, I gave you the chance to rant. You sat there and you didn't even
that was
reply
a soliloquy.
You did not even reply to none of for the topics that I brought up or the accusations. Now the first accusation is the glove wrap sticking out of the left glove in both fights. The second one is slap punching all night. He's slapping with the hook. And while he's slapping, he's rotating his hand more than 90 degrees. It's impossible for a human being to rotate your hand in 90 degrees. Go ahead and try it. You don't need to put gloves on in order to do this. Go ahead and try it with your own fist. The third one is, the blood on the wrap. You could go back and watch the rematch. I'm gonna post the footage in a little bit, where you could see blood on the hand wrap on the left hand, but not on the right hand after the fight. The fifth one,
because
let me finish.
Deontay was bleeding from the mouth and the nose and from the ear, so.
But the glove gonna get bloody, not the wrap inside the wrap.
Why wouldn't it? Because like when you tie up a glove like here, well this one is that. But there's a space here, right? So blood can
exactly, and his fist was right there, so it got bloody. So by your admission, Tyson Fury cheated because his fist was where the palm of the hand should be. Now, your admission, if that was true, the blood will be right here. But the blood was on the glove. No, the blood was on the glove, on the knuckle, but not on the right hand, but on the left hand.
So you saying that his hand was
his blood was on the knuckle.
How would it get if it's on that side? Wouldn't it just be here?
Because there's an empty space right here where it's open on the glove,
so
and his fist is right here.
Yeah, that's here. So he would have,
and that's where they found the blood. And that's pictures.
No, that's what I'm saying. That's like almost like
I don't know why you keep turning your hand.
Impossible to do that.
So you a Professor Nim, and you don't have no answers for what I just said.
I get. I just had just a really nice soliloquy right here that just kind of talked about how.
So how you explain the blood right there? Look at Professor Nim, speechless. Did you do your research, Professor Nam, before you came in on Split Decision? How you explain that blood right there on the wrap?
Where's the blood?
Right here. How you explain that? How you explain that? You could clearly see it, but that one is empty.
No, that's what?
You could see the blood right here. And how you explain this hook right here? Can you please explain this jab that he throwing it? He threw and landed the jab like this, as y'all see in the picture that I'm about to show y'all.
Like this. So just kind of.
So how you explain that?
I just did it. I just demonstrated it. You getting jabbed in the face, you go, and then your hand turns up.
I'm showing the pictures of Tyson Fury cheating.
Allegedly, we don't want any lawsuits from top rank ESPN.
How you explain Tyson Fury landing the hook?
That's the first fight.
So he cheated in the first fight.
Well, I'm saying that he didn't cheat. So but
how you explain that? I want you to explain it. You talking about it's the first fight. It don't matter if it's the first fight or the second fight. If he cheated, he cheated.
Maybe he just need to do like some wrist like exercises because it's a little dainty. It's a little dainty. He needs to like be strong wristed. But still, this is the first fight, and then he got knocked down twice in the first fight.
Who that? I'm talking about explain why his glove is bending that way.
I just told you why. I said that he got some dainty wrists. He needs to work on it. He needs to do the little wrist exercise. He needs to get it strong. And then maybe that'll help with his puncher. Because he's not that big of a puncher, first of all, for a guy that's 6'9".
But he looked like a knockout puncher in the rematch.
Because he had a brilliant strategy. He went to Sugar Hill, who was a trainer, who was the nephew of the great Emmanuel Stewart, who trained Lennox Lewis, who trained Vladimir Klitschko, who trained Hitman Tom. I mean, he's just a legendary trainer, and there's a philosophy that they have in there where they work behind the jab, they fight tall, they use their weight, they use their advantages, and like that sounds exactly like what Tyson Fury did in his fight. And we want to listen. We know that there's officially what is true. Everything else that we talked about here is speculation. What is fact? If we want to talk about facts, is that they have a third fight that's signed, and they're going to fight a third fight. And the longer that Deontay, well, first of all, like, I don't even think he's entertaining this, but as long as the public needs to kind of move past this and then get on to how we are going to look to promote this third fight, because it can be argued that Tyson Fury, between the 19 rounds that they fought, has won maybe 14 or 15 of them.
So, you done?
Okay,
are you done ranting? Because I'm gonna go ahead and knock out Professor Nam real quick, because see, he seemed not to have any answers. You claim
the whole time I just
you're ranting because I'm showing you proof. I'm showing you evidence that Tyson Fury cheated, and you talking about Tyson Fury this, Tyson Fury that. You talking out of emotion, not logic. You seeing photos of Tyson Fury, which
I have
is
no
impossible.
emotional attachment to Tyson Fury at all.
You see him. Seem like you hate Deontay Wilder then, if that's the case, because like I said, there's rules in boxing that you must follow. There's rules and regulation, because if you don't follow these rules, then Conor McGregor would have beat Floyd Mayweather in a boxing match if he don't follow the boxing rules. Tyson Fury put his fist where the palm of his hand should be. And the proof for that is all of these points that I'm about to bring up that Professor Nam don't have the answers to. And you won't have the answers to, Sway.
I got all the answers, baby.
So the glove
ladies
wrap,
out there, holler at me. I got
so the
all
glove
the
wrap sticking out of the left glove. Slap punching all night. The gloves is like a bag flopping back and forth in 90 degrees. Blood on the wrap on Tyson Fury left glove, not on the right. You could see Tyson Fury fist and thumb in the glove where the palm of the hand should be on the picture that I showed y'all while Professor Nam was ranting. Tyson Fury jabbing with his fist open. Who the fuck jab like this? If I'm gonna jab you, I'm gonna jab you like that. And every time he threw a hook and a jab, he hurt Deontay Wilder. So you knowledgeable enough to know what I'm talking about. So let's not pretend. Tyson Fury raising his hand, and one hand, the glove is not closed, but the other is closed. And there's plenty of more. Even when he walked in the ring, there's a picture. And y'all could go back and check out the videos I'm gonna leave in the comment section below. And all the pictures that I got of Tyson Fury, this glove right here is clearly open. It's not wrapped. On the other hand, this glove right here is clearly wrapped. So apparently the commission didn't do their job. Now you claim there's no possible way you could cheat, but Margarito cheated in the past, and we have many more examples.
You know I did not say that.
But I'm saying,
you asked me, I was like, of course there's possible ways to cheat.
So there's all these cameras, right? Yeah. There's recording fighters. So can we see the footage to prove Tyson Fury innocence? Because all these evidence show Tyson Fury is guilty.
Who's leading this investigation? When you say we,
the Nevada State Commission. What do you like? That's the boxing.
So you're saying that Nevada State Commission, they don't have the tape?
They have the tape, so they should be able to prove it. So why is Tyson Fury not responding to this, but responding to the costume excuse? So if this is a bullshit excuse, why he don't just wash it like he washed the costume excuse?
Because I'm gonna tell you, that's a very important point, and I thank you for bringing that up. Because Wilder is the one that brought up the costume excuse. Wilder has not said anything about this, so there's no legitimacy towards it. So Fury's like not going to respond to that. So he's responding to Wilder.
Wilder is aware of this. So once Wilder speaks on it, you basically going to admit that Tyson Fury cheated.
If there is if there is an investigation and then they provide evidence that this guy cheated, not only that should he be suspended, but there should be criminal charges brought against him. But until then, I'm going to say that he was a better man and he knocked out Deontay Wilder.
So if he's the better man, why do he need to cheat in order to do so? Because
I'm saying that he did
this is not his first time cheating.
He did it in the past.
He did it in the past against the referee, Mark McDonald's. Call him in the past. Referee Mark McDonald's. Dante, Boxing Nation have a video on this showing footage and proof. He caught this dude cheating in the past. And this dude had his thumb not even in the glove, and the referee shook his head and walked away. So on the chat, you see people going off on you, Professor Dan.
They're not.
So what I'm saying is this.
My people, 3P
you're
Nation.
You're not. Give me the answers.
3P Nation, baby.
Give me the answers. You don't got the answers.
I got all the answers. What are you talking about, bro? I'm so like eloquent right now. What's going on?
How you explain the hand rotating to 90 degrees?
Bro, I just like, so some people is what they call these throwaway punches. Right, so sometimes you don't want to give all your energy, so you'll just kind of pop out. You know, you do so because
what is that?
Like Ali used to flick with his jab, right?
Not
so
a hook. I said a hook. When he threw a hook, not a jab. He threw a hook. I showed you a picture.
It was a throwaway.
It was a hook, and he landed a hook, but the way he landed was like this. Unless his fist was right there, that's the only explanation. So you speaking emotionally, not logically.
What are you talking about?
So what I'm saying,
I'm cool as a fan.
So I'm saying when he threw the hook.
Yeah.
How is he? You keep saying that's a throwaway punch. That wasn't a throwaway punch. That was a punch that hurt. That was a punch that hurt Deontay Wilder. So what I'm saying to you is, how did he throw that hook? And while he was throwing the hook, how did the glove rotate in a 90 degree?
It did not in a 90 degree.
You stuck. Yeah, right here. I got the picture. I showed the picture, and I got the picture. That's the picture right here in 90 degree.
Okay.
Okay. How you explain that? And when it landed, look when it landed. So
that's the first fight too.
Okay, where he cheated in the first and second fight. Look. So how you explain that?
It is that. So he didn't knock him down. He didn't even really hurt him.
Explain that though.
So it's not working. Whatever he's doing.
You don't have the answers. You keep saying you stuck, Professor.
I don't need the answers.
Okay, so you saying in the second fight. I'll show you a picture in the second fight since you keep mentioning the second fight. What is this? What is this to you? What is this? Ain't this the second fight?
That is. That's
okay,
him
so
about
ain't that the same hook?
To drop the hammer on him.
Exactly. Yeah. And the same hook, he hit him with his fist, not the palm of his hand. So I'll show you another picture. There's plenty of pictures where he hit him like that with his fist open, hurting Deontay Wilder. Because he was punching him with straight knuckle. And there's no place for cheaters in the sport of boxing.
Come on.
So your boy cheated in order to win. Do I need to show you more proof? Do you got the answers? Because you don't have the answers. So if you don't have the answers, can we move on? Because you out here. Look. We have
the
plenty.
Is like first of all, you have the burden of proof. Right now, there is no case. There is nothing.
How is he pushing Deontay Wilder's back with a thumb?
With a thumb.
He landed with his thumb.
Like, what's that supposed to show? What's that supposed to show me?
I'm showing Professor Nim how Tyson Fury, you could go back and check my video out, where he jabbed Tyson Fury, and he was jabbing to the air, to Deontay Wilder's forehead, past Deontay Wilder's forehead. Can you explain to me what the fuck is he aiming at?
He is aiming at a forehead, which he landed.
No, but the glove. Where do you see the glove? Where do you see the glove at?
I see it bouncing off of his head. So
the glove will land like this.
That's his physics.
The glove will land like this and push Deontay Wilder's head back.
Really?
He landed like this, and the
bro,
glove is sticking
you talking
up.
About like,
you could clearly see the glove sticking up.
It's bouncing off of his head. That's why.
Did Tyson Fury paid you off or something, man? Because you could clearly see him cheat. So okay, how you explain this? His fist in the palm of his hand. You could clearly see that.
I don't.
So you don't see his fist right there. You don't see his thumb.
I see.
That's not his thumb. That's not his thumb sticking out.
His thumb? No, it's not his thumb sticking out.
That's his thumb sticking out. His thumb is right there.
I thought that's just the inside of his hand.
So how you explain this? The wrap sticking out of the glove on the left hand, but not on the right hand.
It looks like tape.
That's the wrap. That's not tape.
That's his wrist. Wrap. That's at his wrist.
I said, how you explain the wrap sticking out? Because of course, if common sense,
I don't know what that means.
If you speak logically, not emotionally, if you put your fist right here, the wrap will be sticking out of the glove, unlike the right hand. So explain this to me. Explain to me how the wrap sticking out of the glove.
Show that to them, because
they already got the pictures. I'm telling you, look.
I'm confused.
Don't you see this? You're confused. You look confused defending Tyson Fury.
what am I looking for? So there's wrap.
That's a wrap, and then there's a glove. The glove should be covering up the wrap, but you see the wrap sticking out of the glove, but not on the right hand. On the left hand, you can see it sticking out, dangling, but on the right hand, you don't.
So, and that proves that
the fact that it's rotating, the fact that he's slapping with his hand instead of throwing a hook, landing with his fist, the fact that you can see the glove loose, the fact that you can see him when he raises his hand, the glove is loose, but not on the right hand, the fact that you can see blood on the wrap, but not on the right hand. Come on now, it's all evidence and it's hard proof.
Okay, I mean,
so hold on. I'm gonna say this.
And then I want to have this point.
Yeah, you can respond.
Okay,
God, Allah gave us the 5 senses because humans are gifted more so than other species. So we have the blessing of seeing. So you seeing hard proof of Tyson Fury cheating, and you telling me that he not cheating? You blessed with the eye of seeing. See, unlike Stevie Wonder, we don't have to wonder. We could clearly see. And you could clearly see Tyson Fury cheating and cheated. My man, he didn't fight him on an even playing field. He had to get power by punching with his knuckles. And you don't got the answer to none of the questions that I just said. What's up?
I mean, so I don't believe that. I'm not sure if you honestly believe that. It
don't matter if you believe it or you don't. I'm showing you proof.
You said I can respond. So, and I'm not sure if you honestly believe that. But so let's think about this. We're saying that Tyson
why
Fury,
don't I believe that? Why don't I believe that? When you don't you don't answer the questions, I answer the questions.
I'm trying to figure out.
His wrist is not rotating in 90 degrees. The only common sense is
that
he's punching with his fist. But you saying I don't believe it.
You try to deflect.
You're not answering the question. Like how you telling me I don't believe it? You believe it, but you.
I thought you was gonna let me respond.
Go ahead, respond. Go ahead.
So we're saying that Tyson Fury knowingly cheated and basically had a bare knuckle fight for a sanctioned heavyweight championship of the world that he knew that millions of eyes were going to be on him. So this is the time that he took to cheat while he was on this biggest stage. So that there, when you ask me if cheating is a possibility, yes, it is. I said
and he cheated.
I said that it would take a conspiracy on epic proportions for him to be able to do it and get away with it. But if that's true, then he needs to be dealt with in that manner that I talked about, even in a criminal matter. But what you and all the Bomb Squad fans and the Lions Den, you know what I'm saying, Boxing Club and all that, so y'all have to realize that if that is not the case, where do you go from here? As far as Deontay Wilder.
That's a trilogy match anyways, and Tyson Fury wouldn't be able to cheat.
Just think that if Tyson Fury didn't cheat and Deontay Wilder just really got his butt whipped, where do you go from here?
You still didn't answer the questions, but first of all, if they don't handle the situation because Tyson Fury got a complexion for the protection, because he's on the hope list, and we already know when you're on the hope list, you get benefits that other fighters don't, like erasing loss off your record. So Tyson Fury, since he has the complexion for the protection, if they don't crucify him and suspend him at least, and he need to be locked up for a criminal act like this. If they don't, then it is what it is. Deontay Wilder got the chance to fight him the 3rd time on an even playing field, because now he won't be able to get away with it. Because on the trilogy match, they're going to focus on his glove. So he won't be able to cheat after all this controversy. So with that being said, I could care less about that. I'm talking about the hard evidence and the proofs, and you have no answer to the fact that Tyson Fury, throwing a hook and his wrist is rotating in 90 degrees because his hand is not in the glove. His hand is where the palm of his hand should be. That's where his fist is. And he hitting Deontay Wilder with straight knuckle. And that's cheating. Tyson Fury cheated in the past, so we know once you're a cheater, you'll always be a cheater. So if you choose to be a fool, then Tyson Fury gonna get away with it. Because he's, a fool only fools a fool. But if you ain't gonna wake up and see that Tyson Fury is cheating and clearly is taking advantage of the holes in the system, then you need to wake up. Because like I said, at the end of the day, when you go to the doctor, and let's say, for example, a person has the corona, do you want the doctor to tell you the truth that you might die next month, or you want him to tell you a lie that you're gonna live forever? You're going to ask him to tell you the truth even if it hurts. And that's what Akhi provides. I'll tell you the truth even if it hurts. because the truth hurt at the end of the day. So you got to learn to accept it. So you got to accept the fact that Tyson Fury cheated. And in order to clean up the sport, to make the sport a better sport, because unlike any other sport, this is the sport where fighters get in the ring and you could kill a person. Tyson Fury could have killed Deontay Wilder, hitting him with his fist.
That's why they should press criminal charges.
Exactly. So for you to defend Tyson Fury instead of attacking him and putting the blame on him because of him cheating, and you don't got no answer.
You don't know that he cheated. So do you honestly know that he cheated?
There's hard evidence. I know 100% he cheated because there's hard evident proof. So if the Nevada Commission
what information that you have that the Las Vegas police don't have, that the Las Vegas Commission don't have, that Deontay Wilder's boxing team doesn't have, because they should be
First
out
of all,
right
let
now.
me just get this cleared out the way. Do you know? Okay, Tyson Fury took PEDs in the past, steroids, right?
I know he was busted for cocaine, for testing positive for cocaine.
Okay, so what professors do, because you are a real life professor, y'all do y'all research. So you might want to do your research before hopping on Split Decision, because Tyson Fury got busted for steroids. No, he got busted for steroids and cocaine. That was just a cover-up, but he got busted for steroids and was suspended for 2 years. That's first of all.
Okay, I
That's
don't know
first
about
of all. Well, do your research. Do your homework. Don't tell me you don't know about that, because I came with my facts. So when I speak the truth. I don't speak my opinion, because opinions are like assholes. Everybody got one. So with that being said, Tyson Fury got busted in the past for using PEDs. Second of all, the referee, y'all could check this out on Dante's Boxing Nation, Marks McDonald. He busted Tyson Fury during the fight and made him fix his glove because his thumb wasn't even in the glove. He been getting away with this. Deontay Wilder is not the only victim. So we over here bringing awareness. New media that I'm a part of, we trying to bring awareness to the sport that we love. Because unlike any other sport, this is the sport of the hurting business. So I want fighters to be on an even playing field. Just like when Floyd Mayweather fought Manny Pacquiao. We had Paulie Malignaggi lashing out, claiming Pacquiao this, Pacquiao that, for not taking the PED test, right? The VADA testing. But I don't see Paulie Malignaggi lashing out on Tyson Fury after all this evidence, because according, as far as what I know, Pacquiao never failed a drug test, but he didn't want to take the VADA test against Mayweather for a 50-50 split. So that was suspicious. But at the end of the day, he never got busted in the past, and Paulie Malignaggi went off on him. And there's hard evidence proving that Tyson Fury, with his glove it's like a bag attached to it, and we don't hear nothing from Paulie, and we don't hear nothing from ESPN and the major media, because Tyson Fury got the complexion for the protection. That's my issue with the sport. So if Tyson Fury is innocent, which I gave Tyson Fury and ESPN and everybody the chance to clear up their name and put respect on their name. I said, if y'all want to clear up all these accusations on my video that I posted, that I sent to you, Professor Nim, you could act like you don't know all these pictures and all these evidence. I sent you two videos, and if you choose,
we just disagree on what hard evidence.
So with that being said, I sent you all that, and Tyson Fury, instead of responding to Akhi, he blocked all the comments on Instagram. That's you acting guilty to me by doing that. Instead of clearing up your name, you respond to the costume bullshit excuse.
Well, can we read some
we're gonna get the call-ins, but I'm saying at the end of the day, forget the comments. I'm talking about the hard evident proofs that we can see with our own eyes. So unlike Stevie Wonder, we don't have to wonder. We could clearly see Tyson Fury cheated Deontay Wilder. You say he cheated him the first fight, but not the second fight. I showed you pictures of both.
I never
you said
that.
The glove was going back and forth in the first fight, more so than the second. Didn't you say that?
I was saying that if y'all are using that as evidence, that's why he knocked Deontay Wilder out.
I didn't say he knocked out Deontay.
You shouldn't use the first fight in there, because
he cheated in both fights. It don't matter if he did it in the first fight or second fight.
This matters a whole lot,
and
because
he did it in the second fight as well. What are you talking about? He did it in both fights.
I haven't seen evidence of that.
I just showed you the evidence. So do your research, Professor Nam.
I did do the research. I got it.
What did you do? What research did you do? Did you watch the video, the accusations?
I did. I watched all the accusations. I listened to interviews from cut men, from other boxers. Also went and looked to see if there was an open case from the Nevada State Commission. Also, if there was an open criminal. So I did that research, and none of those things are going on.
You co-sign Tyson Fury getting away with his criminal act.
If he did do that, then yeah, he getting away with it.
But how you explain?
But remember, I'm saying that I don't think that he did do that.
Can you please logically explain? And I'm gonna apologize to all the viewers and everybody on my video on my behalf on the accusation that I made. Can you explain how Tyson Fury is throwing a hook and the glove is rotating in 90 degrees? How you explain the blood on the hand wrap? How you explain the wrap sticking out of the glove on the left hand? How you explain Tyson Fury throwing a jab like this instead of like this and hurting Deontay Wilder, pushing Deontay Wilder back? The one-hitter quitter, it looked like it was Tyson Fury. How you explain Tyson Fury throwing a hook and hurting Deontay Wilder with it, slapping with it? How you explain that unless he's hitting with bare knuckle? And that's the only explanation. Explain it to me logically, and I will agree with you and apologize. So go ahead.
Nah, so in this was a court of law. You're the one. You're the prosecutor, so you have the burden of.
I just did the pictures that show in the fight and his fist sticking out of the glove, as I showed you earlier. You could see his fist sticking out of the glove while he was hitting Deontay Wilder.
I've never
and you could see the glove like this. This is the glove, and this is his fist, and he landed like this on Deontay Wilder.
And you posted that up there, that picture you were referring to. Because I haven't seen that picture.
I posted it on more than one occasion.
I haven't seen that picture.
Oh, you haven't seen it? You haven't seen it?
His fist sticking out of the glove?
Yeah. I'm sure
picture. Somebody would have caught that. Like
that's where the whole controversy started.
Like Kenny Bayless, like the referee.
That's how the whole controversy started. Like how you explain that? Push it with his fist.
Okay, that's not the fist coming out the glove.
What is that? What can you explain? That's
just a reaction. I just told you so. You boxing, I get hit with a jab, and I just kind of just a reaction. It just.
What do you mean reaction? He hit Deontay Wilder with it, and Deontay Wilder got hurt with a jab.
No, you can see that he just caught a jab to the face. So.
No, he did not catch a jab to the face. Quit making this up, Professor Nin.
I'm positive.
So I'm gonna show Professor Nin for the last time because. Apparently he didn't do his homework, and that's what professors do. And when you don't do your homework before you go to class, you get a 0. And apparently he's saying he don't know what I'm talking about. So you don't see his fist right there.
I don't see a fist coming. I see somebody drawing over there.
What is that right there in the glove? In the glove right there.
I'm not sure. It might be flesh, but you said his fist was coming out of his glove.
What is this?
I don't know. It looks like some wraps. And I don't see a fist out of.
So what is that vertical line? You can see his hand right there. What is that? Is that not? It's not his fingers. The vertical line.
It looks like the like.
So
this
the vertical
part,
line. What is that? What is the vertical line?
Looks like this part right here on his hand.
Let me see if it's like that. This is the way Tyson Fury threw the punch. Can you show me?
His hand is like this.
Okay, show it to the camera though. Okay, so where's the vertical line in that case?
Right here.
And where is your vertical line? I don't see that vertical line like that on your hand. So is he an alien? Is that what you're saying? That he has a vertical line going on his fist like that?
I don't know.
So you telling me
dexterity might be a little bit.
So you telling me he's alien? He got a vertical line going like this? Come on, man. Like I said, we already know the answer to this. So I'm gonna put.
No, we don't. I would love to find it out, but I like hard evidence.
Your man cheated because it's not an even playing field fight, and this prove that he was not fighting Deontay Wilder on a even playing field. Conor McGregor, if he did these tactics, he would have beat Floyd Mayweather maybe. If Conor McGregor could kick and break the rules like Tyson Fury just broke the rules,
anybody
could win.
Listen, I want everybody out there. I have no respect for any cheaters, for people who take PEDs, who doctor their gloves, who have stuff in the corner. I have no respect for that. This is a dangerous sport. It's a beautiful sport, but it's also beautifully brutal in its nature. And then, so anything that you add in addition to that, when you're having legalized combat in the ring with somebody, you need to be prosecuted to the highest extent of the law.
So they should suspend him because he already cheated on more than one occasion.
It has to be based on evidence, not speculation.
And there's evidence. They got the evidence on the locker room. They have the Nevada Commission have all these cameras, so let's see them. You know what I'm saying? They claim they got all this technology, so let's see all this technology in effect.
Y'all
so
call in, cause
I have my man on the phone.
Y'all popping off on the
How you doing, Akhi? Who this is and where you calling from?
Real rap. It's real rap.
Real rap.
Go ahead, stop preaching, real rap. What's
break
your
it
take
down,
on this?
fools. Break it down. Break it down.
Professor Nels, I'm not on your side.
What? I thought rap was gonna be with me. Real rap. Okay, go ahead. Let me.
What you say?
Let me hear you out. Hold on.
Yeah, let
you didn't hang up, did you?
No, I didn't hang up.
Hey, look. I'm a cook. Let me cook. Before I cook, look, I'm gonna send something to Akhi DM after the show. You know, so on some stuff that I broke down. You know, on my 72-inch screen. I'll send it to I'll send it to Akhi. Anyway, let's get it. All right, bro. I didn't want to believe this shit either. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna give my whole spiel, bro. This is real rap calling from Louisiana. When Fury and Wilder first fought, like everybody else, I gave Fury his props. You know what I'm saying? He like before all this shit came out, I was giving the man his props. But fuck the no offense. Fuck Fury, bro. After all this evidence came out, bro, look, let me act like this is the professional. No disrespect. No, I got love for you, bro. But how does a man's wrist do a 90-degree angle, my guy? You know what I'm saying? Like,
explain that, Professor Nim. Please explain that. You a professor. You knowledgeable. Explain how it's rotating more than 90 degree, throwing a hook.
I thought it was 90 degrees. Are you saying that it is 90 degrees? So, all right, if I throw the hook and I'm just...
That's not a hook. That is not a hook. Throw a hook.
Bro.
Or whatnot.
Let me see. I don't see your wrist rotating 90 degrees.
Boom, here, hook.
Oh, yeah, that's how you going to throw a hook? You going to land it like that and break your hand?
Some people do it.
And you're going to break your hand.
I just demonstrated, though, but it's just here.
So how you going to land it? Boom. Exactly. You're going to break your hand.
Nah, but, I mean, I don't know. But go ahead. Like, let him cook. Let him cook. Let's whip it up.
I'm going to get back to it. Like I said, I didn't watch none of the breakdowns until today. You know what I'm saying? I had already broke this shit down from my perspective 2 weeks ago. And I'm not putting the shit out. You know, I only send it to cats I rock with. But what I saw when I slow mode the certain parts of the fight, not only was there 90-degree angles in the second fight, not the first, in the second fight, but he was also palming. He was using the palm of his hand. That left hand, he was putting that left palm in Wilder's face and coming over with the overhand right. You know what I'm saying? You're a professional boxer. I know you're a Golden Glove recipient. You tell me, bro. You edify me. Is that a legal maneuver to be able to open the glove and put your palm in another man's face?
It's illegal anyways. Even if he did it, let's say, like you said, Professor Nam,
open-handed punching is not legal.
It is illegal.
Yeah, it is.
It is illegal.
That's what I say. Is not legal. Yeah, it is illegal.
Okay, so with that being said, he cheated either way, but the logical answer, he was punching with his fist, not his palm. Let me just time in real quick, real rap, because I remember the time, given the prediction of Wilder versus Tyson Fury, I was saying Wilder need to do what Barrera did against Prince Nassim Hamed, grab him with one hand, hit him with the other. And people try to say, oh, that's what Tyson Fury was doing. No, Tyson Fury was hitting Wilder with an open palm jab, right? And he will hurt Wilder in the rematch. How is that possible? He didn't use that to follow up with the right. He on more than one occasion was just throwing hooks, jabs, and hurting Wilder with this just a jab or a hook. And then he started putting combination. So like I said, the only logical answer is that his fist was where the palm of the hand is.
But there is one other thing that y'all are not discussing, that there was this big 6'9" British dude that was almost 300 pounds that's hitting you. That's gonna cause some damage. I don't care who you are.
But why is he hitting with the palm open? How you explain that? You don't have the answers for the accusations. You have no answers, zero answers for the accusations.
Some punches the palm is open, but
go ahead.
His hurtful ones, his palm was closed.
You cannot show me one picture where his palm was closed. Show me, go ahead, real rap. Show me one picture where his palm was closed.
Go ahead, Rock.
Okay, look. That's just one point. This is the main point of everything, bro. Go back to Professor Nims. Go back, my guy, my dude. I rock with you. Go back and look at that Fury versus Hammer you know what I'm saying, intro before they started to fight, bro. There's a referee that stopped the match, bro. I just found this out like 2 days ago. He stopped the match, and he made Fury's team take his glove off. Why? Because at the time, Fury did not have his thumb in the placement where the thumb is supposed to be. The ref grabbed his glove, checked it, looked toward the judges, shook his head, and made his team fix it right there. And not only that, bro. Look, let me make this point.
Hold on 1 second, because we gotta give a shout out. We got a super chat in, so we want to make sure, because there's a lot of chats flooding in. Go ahead. This is to Auto Chris. Much love. Thank you. I think this is maybe a first time viewer. Says, I don't know if Fury cheated, but his integrity is questionable. If you steal from me once, you will always be questionable.
Right.
Okay, go ahead, Real Rap.
That's the next point. That's the next point. Hey, salute to that. Hey, salute to whoever sent that super chat. Took the words out my mouth. This man has no credibility. After the Klitschko fight, did he or did he not fail a test for PEDs?
I thought it was cocaine. Like we probably need to verify.
Do you research, Professor Name? Because I already did mine. It was PEDs.
But he was not suspended for 2 years.
It was steroids. He
was suspended for 2 years
because he got the complexion for the protection. He used the cocaine as a comeback story. So, like I said, Professor Nem, you a professor. You know this better than I do.
No,
do
but
your
you
research
stated that he was suspended for 2 years.
He was suspended for 2 years. But keep wrapping it up, Real Rap.
Right. So, last point, bro. Something else that nobody's addressing. I'm not trying to get off point, but we had to address for Sean Cruz, bro, with that whole Heleneis situation. But I'm gonna touch on that on the next vlog next time I call in. To wrap it up, bro, with the WBC and the sanctioning bodies and Canelo of all people, you know what I'm saying? It's been clear that they raised the levels of clenbuterol that these boxers can use, and it's like they're rewarding cheaters. I don't care who in the chat don't like it. I don't care what trolls don't like it, bro. That's what boxing has been doing, and this man has a history of being a dirty boxer. Y'all saluted him, but once I found out the facts and I did my own personal research, like I said, I will send you a clip to Akhi. The man's laces were loose.
Exactly. How you explain the laces was loose?
Why are his gloves loose?
Why?
Why was his glove?
Why his laces? Yeah, in both of the fights, why his laces are loose on the left hand, not the right hand?
I don't know. So, but there's a referee that comes out that looks at the gloves. He flips it over. He looks at them. He saw it. He didn't think anything. Wilder's corner and 2 fights never said anything about the gloves. So, Wilder didn't say if somebody has loose gloves, they're gonna scratch you up because of those laces that should be taped up.
Okay, I'm gonna put Professor Nim on the spot because he's saying that he never seen it, right? I'm gonna show him the loose gloves real quick so we get his reaction based on that. But you could go ahead and keep rapping.
I'm gonna go, bro. You know what I'm saying? I know other people want to call. I'm a respectful cat. Check your DM, bro. I will send you a video right now to the DM, bro, of like when he raised his hands. His right glove was loose as well. It just wasn't as loose.
Yeah, I seen it. Yeah, I seen it. I did it, and I showed those footage on my video when I posted my video too.
Appreciate the love. Appreciate the knowledge, bro. Appreciate you rocking with us.
Most def. Hey, when I come to New York, we gonna build, bro. Like I'll be there either this summer or fall. We gonna get it, bro. We gonna get it. But look, man, much love to you guys, bro. I'm out. Peace.
Right, peace.
Peace.
So the gloves right there, you see the laces on the left hand way looser than the one on the right. How you explain that?
I'm not. Yep.
Yep. Exactly.
What fight is
guilty.
That? What fight is that?
That's versus Wilder. Exactly. See, that's what I'm saying. It's like it happened before. This is not the first time Tyson Fury cheated. With that being said. Let me go ahead and get some of the cast that was calling in. Go ahead and call in.
Yeah, we're gonna hit y'all back. You want me to read some while you do that?
Go ahead.
So I'm gonna just jump into it. So Dallas 214 says that Young Pharaoh has all the evidence of Fury cheating on his channel.
Yeah, shout out to Young Pharaoh. Shout out to Toronto. Moscow, I think that was the first video I landed my eyes on. That was Tyson Fury that brought attention to it, and for Pharaoh as well, because Pharaoh been putting in work exposing all this controversy and Tyson Fury glove situation. How you doing, 909? Who this is and where you calling from?
What's good? This is Sid from Long Beach. Can y'all hear me?
Yes, what's good?
How you doing?
Where you calling from again?
Long Beach.
Oh, Long Beach. Shout out.
So I saw the video, and I don't know, like in the third round, he was snapping Deontay Wilder's head with the jab. I don't think you could do that with the glove. You think the glove was half in, or was it all the way in?
Akhi, answer that.
He was throwing. He was pushing Deontay Wilder with the fist.
Snapping his head back like snap.
He
like
trying to cut him because if you have the glove
how you do
loose,
that? No, how do you do that if your glove, if your hand is not all the way in there? That's what he's asking.
He was Romero Charlo. He was like, pop, pop, pop. You can't do that with the glove halfway in.
Like I said, if you can have a longer reach when your glove is halfway in, because you could slap him with the bag of the glove. So basically, you could cause a cut easy. And of course, Deontay Wilder
snap his head back.
Wilder,
we're not talking about a cut. We're talking about somebody getting hit in the face with a jab.
Deontay Wilder is reacting to the jab because he's getting hit with the fist. So now he's thinking he's about to get hit with a fist again, and it's just a snappy jab. So he pull him back. But how you explain him throwing a hook and hurting Deontay Wilder with the palm of his hand open? How you explain that? How you explain his hand rotating in a 90-degree angle? Can you explain that?
Yeah, I thought he got hurt more with that right hand.
That's what I thought. I'm sure.
So I could care less if he hurt him with the right hand or not. But I just said, how you explain the hand rotating in a 90-degree angle?
It was more like an 80-degree angle. It wasn't like
80 degree. Oh, your hand could rotate in 80 degree. Now we be.
If you want to be technical,
now we doing algebra, geometry. Come on, man.
Yeah,
like I said, how you explain the blood on the hand wrap? How you explain the blood on the hand wrap on the glove on the left hand, but not on the right hand?
I don't know. I do have blood all over him.
I'm talking about
exactly. That's the same thing I said.
Exactly.
It sounds like he rocking with Nims tonight.
I look like I'm knocking both of y'all. So what I'm saying is, you saying if Deontay Wilder was bleeding, so shouldn't the blood be on both of the hands? Why is it only on the left hand but not on the right hand? Because the left hand, he was hitting him with the palm of with the bare knuckle, and the blood got into the wrap. So that's the only explanation.
Okay, let him finish.
I don't know where the glove went when you punched Deontay Wilder. That's not my area. I just know that when you was hitting him with the jab, it don't make sense to put your hand halfway in there. That's all I'm saying.
It sure don't make sense for the glove to rotate 90 degrees, but I got a lot of callers. Appreciate you for calling in. Call again.
Appreciate the love, man. Appreciate you rocking with us, Long Beach.
Let me go ahead.
Good
how
question.
How you doing, Akhi? Who this is? Where you calling from?
This Briscoe from Tampa.
From Tampa?
Yes, sir.
What's good with you? What's good with you? What you got on your mind tonight, bro?
This what I want to say, man. Because at the end of the day, regardless of if the hand was in, halfway in or out, you cannot hit with your wrist. So even if it was in, you cannot punch someone with your wrist. Now I boxed for like all my life since I was 11, and I know how I feel to get punched with the wrist part. It hurts. You feel like you're getting punched with the fist. So even if it was in or out, it was still a cheat. It's cheating. It's dirty. It's dirty tactics.
Right.
It's dirty fighting. It's dirty.
Exactly. Preach, Akhi, because you got Professor Nam out here speechless. Because one thing for sure, if you punch with
I don't talk over the callers, so I let them get their point in.
If you punch with your palm open, you will break your hand the way Tyson Fury was punching Deontay Wilder with the hook. Ain't no way. The only logical answer is that he had his fist where the palm of his hand should be, and he was hitting Deontay Wilder with straight knuckle. That's the only way his pillow hand fist actually knocked out Deontay Wilder. But go ahead.
And then you can't forget all the chokeholds and leaning on the man. It's dirty boxing, man. Anybody, look, if you boxed before, you know that the fight was dirty. I was looking, I'm like,
I boxed before. That's what I'm saying, bro. Like, I boxed before. I was Golden Gloves. I did that. I boxed out of Georgia, North Carolina.
I don't think you're a professional cheater like Fury. I don't think you ever cheated.
I'm not a cheater at all.
But see, a cheater always know how to get away with cheating. Yeah, what you say, Akhi?
I say if you box, you should know, man. That it was dirty, bro. It was dirty tactics, man.
100. He 100. That's all these accusations is not coming out of nowhere. I gave Tyson Fury his props. And like I said, till I find out he cheated against my man Deontay Wilder, where there is no place for cheating in the sport that I love. Period. That's why y'all gotta hit up Nevada Commission to sue Tyson Fury for
sure.
robbing us as boxing fans. But appreciate it, Akhi.
I agree.
Yeah, appreciate it, Akhi. Thank you.
Yeah, sir. Yep.
So let me go ahead and
So Terrence Singleton says Fury punched Wilder with his fist, not his wrist, to the back of the head and ear early. That destroyed Wilder's equilibrium. I mean, there's still that.
He did hurt.
There's still that.
And that's a great point. He hit Tyson Fury hit Deontay Wilder on the ear with his left hand with his fist, and I got a picture of that. So with that being said, he's 100% on that. So y'all look like y'all done convinced Professor Nim.
I'm not convinced with nothing. I'm
burying Professor Nim alive. I'm burying him alive. He don't got no answers to none of the questions. So apparently Tyson Fury is guilty.
I'm sitting here giving demonstration. I'm giving free boxing lessons.
Oh yeah.
And then shout out once we get this subscribers up, we're gonna hit y'all with Professor Nim's boxing gyms.
Cheating gyms. You sound all cheating gyms.
Boxing gyms.
No, cheating gyms. The way you talking. So
I'm gonna give y'all a little insight.
Give me an insight on how his glove rotating 90 degrees.
Show you with a skill. Show you with a skill.
What skill? That he had to cheat in order to win. And so you're going to teach the skill that you got to cheat in order to win? Is that the skill you're going to teach?
Who we
that
got?
You have to cheat in order to win. Go ahead. How you doing, Akhi? Who this is? Where you calling from?
Bro, hey, bro, look, I had to call that one more time. 30 seconds. It's real rap. Bro, can you touch on the clip that I sent you, you know what I'm saying, to Max Kellerman about to say that Wilder really won when he was talking to Fury. And look, I'm gone. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to get back in the chat. You know what I'm saying? I called Max Kellerman on Late Night with Max, you know what I'm saying, about to say that Wilder won. He caught himself. But, hey, I'm out, man. Salute to y'all. I love y'all niggas, man. Salute.
All right, boy. Peace, man. Appreciate the love, boy. Turn up.
Appreciate it. He sent me a clip.
So, I guess somebody asking for the number.
Yeah, hold on. Let me put the number in the chat.
So, JG says Akhi always thinks he buries Nim, when the reality is he's in denial. That's a shout out for Blue Corner. Appreciate the love.
Hey, Blue Corner, you apparently on the Blue Corner, but go ahead. I call in, I knock you out too. Anybody can get it. Like I said, y'all don't have the answers to the questions. Y'all don't have no answers to the hard, evident proof. So I could care less about someone's opinion. I want facts on the table. With that being said, how you doing, Akhi? Who this is and where you calling from?
What's up, boys? It's Camacho.
Camacho, you said you want to get knocked out tonight, so what's up? Go ahead, let's get straight to it.
He coming for you, Camacho.
All right, Professor, tag me in. All right, let me end this shit. Look, if you're getting glove gate, you're proving to me that you don't know shit about boxing.
Well,
when you're willing to spread a man's heart,
if you don't see it, but go ahead.
You don't know shit. Oh, well, give me 2 minutes, and I'll give you 5. When you're willing to spread a man's hard work. Well, just give me like 2 minutes uninterrupted.
Okay, go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
When you're willing to discredit a man's hard work and dedication over an anonymous email from a guy from Canada and a guy by the name of Young Pharaoh who admits he doesn't watch boxing and believes that black people are aliens from outer space, look it up. That just proves to me that you need an advisor who knows about boxing to help you.
I don't care about Pharrell and what his background is. Hold on. Pause.
That's his credibility.
Listen. Hold on. First of all,
uninterrupted.
Hold on. First of all, I care about what the video I made, the evidence that I put together. Shout out to Pharrell for bringing awareness to it. I mean, not Pharaoh and Toronto boxing. But for you to say that, you know, there's no evidence and there's no hard evident proof. When you watch my video too, because you commented on it, you know, let's talk about the video I made. Don't talk about other people. Talk about me.
Let me talk about
so
your
with
video.
that being said, so answer this question before we go on. Didn't Tyson Fury cheat in the past?
No.
He didn't fail a drug test.
Yeah, but that was like not during a fight. That was way after
during training camp. So he cheated in the fight. Duh! You sound like you don't know shit about boxing.
Akhi, let me finish my point.
Didn't Canelo cheat too? So you a Canelo fan? You know what I'm talking about.
What that's called is a red herring. So you try to interject.
I'm
with
saying
other
didn't Tyson Fury cheat in the past? He said that he didn't cheat during the fight. What do you mean? He cheated leading up to the fight. So when he got into the ring, he was on steroids, and that's why he failed the drug test, and that's why he got suspended for 2 years. So you're not credible. You're speaking emotionally, not logically, because you're not credible.
Logic.
We got a lot of callers, so
go ahead,
Camacho, we said that we're gonna let you get 2 minutes.
Yeah,
it's probably a minute and a half now.
And
but
don't disrespect anybody on my platform, because you got to go if you do. You already know that, but go ahead.
All right, so at the end of the day, I just want y'all to use logic. We have almost 2 hours of HD fight video from all angles, and yet the same blurry images that are being propagated around are a couple of blurry pictures from the first 4 or so rounds from the first fight happened back in 2018. There's a video of Tyson Fury telling the referee about his glove in the 4th round. There's a video of him pushing his hand back into his glove in the 4th round. Look, Fury is a fighter who can switch to southpaw. Most of his power punches come from the right hand, and yet all these pictures come from the left hand. So I'll tell you this right now. Fury in that second fight mainly used his left hand to throw feints and to distract Wilder, and then he in the way of flicker jabs. Now, Akhi, do you know what a flicker jab is?
I said that. And I said Ali throws a flick.
Not a hook. How you throw a hook and the glove is rotating 90 degrees?
It was a throwaway.
How you explain that?
Akhi, if you watch the video I sent you, you can bend your wrist if you do a flicker jab, if you push the hand to somebody's face. Now, the biggest example of this is the last 30 seconds.
Hold on. You said you could throw a hook. Hold on. You said you could throw a hook and your glove will rotate 90 degrees and then slap with it instead of punch with it. But I'm saying explain that. I don't care about the jab. I'm saying Tyson Fury was throwing a hook and the glove rotated in 90 degrees and he slapped with it when it landed. He did not.
Well, I'm gonna read the definition of flicker
jab. So explain that.
The primary purpose of a flicker jab.
It's not a jab, it's a hook, bro. Quit saying jab. I said how he threw a hook and the glove rotated in 90 degrees.
Okay.
Explain that.
Okay. That type of punch, it's a decoy which covers a more powerful punch.
It's not a decoy.
If you watch the last,
it's called a throwaway punch. It's called a throwaway.
Akhi, it's a throwaway punch. Now, if you watch the last 30 seconds of Wilder Fury 2, watch the last 30 seconds. His left hand, he smothers Wilder's face, and his wrist is bent while he throws a power punch with a right punch. I'm talking about actual fighting, and you're talking about blurry pictures.
I'm talking about the whole night when he was. I'm talking about the whole night when he was throwing hooks, and when he was throwing hooks the whole time, he was landing with the palm of his hand he was slapping with it, hurting Deontay Wilder, and the glove was rotating in 90 degrees. Man, quit! Let's stop speaking out of emotion.
We do have to admit that he had some good points, though.
He did not have no good points. He had horrible points, but you gotta go, Akhi. But he had horrible points. What kind of good points he got? What points he got that he had that was good?
He was talking about the
Go ahead,
throwaway
Akhi. Who this is? What do you call it? He didn't answer the speculation. What?
Go ahead and call it. We're gonna let you rock.
How you doing, Akhi? Who this is? Where you call it from?
This is Waves from Philly, man. Like, listen. The ball cheated. There's no way in the world you can still sit there and be saying that Tyson Fury didn't cheat with evidence all over the place. I think this has been beat enough where the media is not speaking about it. So there's too many hands in the pot, too much money for them to overturn this fight.
And Tyson Fury got the complexion for the protection too. That's just the icing on the cake.
I'm with you, Akhi. Everything you say is true. We're past the point of if Tyson Fury cheated. If they're going to let him get away with it again in the third fight. Because at this point, we see nobody's going to do nothing. And I want to say that Earl Spence has already spoken out about this on his Twitter page, if you haven't seen that yet.
Oh, what did he say?
What did he say?
He just reposted a comment that somebody said Tyson Fury cheated with a picture of Tyson Fury with the rat hanging out of his glove. Look it up on Twitter right now.
Wow, the truth.
Girl
And
said,
you already know the truth is going to speak what Akhi preach, which is the truth.
Nobody even noticed that yet. And I'm just surprised no other boxer has said nothing yet but this one man and Charles Martin. Nobody, and George Grove. But George Grove admitted to it, but they're trying to say he didn't have an advantage.
Yes. Thank you for bringing that, Akhi. So I want to touch on that.
One more point, Akhi, before I go, I'll let you do your
Oh, no, you ain't going to let me go. You're going to stay on the phone because you're bringing up great points and facts. So, first of all, you
stop gassing up the
Go
caller.
ahead.
Professor, I don't know what's going on with you tonight, man. You a good brother, I see that. But I don't know what you drinking tonight, man. You want something else right now.
Oh, it's just tea, man. I'm not even sipping. It's just tea, man. It's just, I promise.
He on that good cushion alcohol.
I'm just trying to convince you right now with all the evidence out, you're being blind, and that's some cool shit, to be honest with you. But
really cool. All right, hold on. So you saying that the reason that I'm taking this view on this has to do with the race of the fighters?
No, what I'm saying is that's some cool shit that you haven't even done your homework, because it sounds like you have done no research on this.
I just told you the research that I did. What are you talking about? I did do the research.
Obviously, you didn't do enough. I'm not really trying to say. Listen, I'm not trying to disrespect you, brother. I mean, I listen to this channel a lot.
I appreciate it.
I have my disagreements with Akhi sometimes on the topic.
Okay.
I've spoken to him in the chat before.
Yeah. And tonight is just my turn, but
No, brother. It's not like that. I'm just gonna say like this. One more point. I believe Mayweather even had something to do in with this, because Mayweather's it was either I forget who made the video first. It was his uncle, Roger or Jeff. One of the two made a video saying that you would have an advantage having your fist in the wrist of the glove, and then made a video the next day saying that you won't have an advantage. And Mayweather has to sign off on everything that's posted on YouTube, everything that's posted on under the Mayweather brand. So it goes back to him betting on Tyson Fury in the first fight against Klitschko.
Maybe.
And he didn't even know who Tyson Fury was.
So let me ask one question though, because you brought up a good point.
I'm gonna let you ask your question. All right, I promise you.
Okay.
And what was that? So he betted on Tyson Fury against who was it? Klitschko, and he was suspended for 2 years for using PEDs in the Klitschko fight. In the Klitschko fight, he was suspended for 2 years, and he tried to blame it on being on drugs and all that other dumbass crap. The boy is a liar. So, let me ask you a question. I'm gonna let you go now.
So, with that said, all right. So, the thing that I'm hearing is that it's not even at the point of speculation. It's past that. Everybody knows it's out there, right? So how come there has not been one statement that has come out of Wilder's camp? Not one.
Because
so this is a guy that got brutalized, that got concussed, that got knocked out in the ring.
Brother, I will answer that question. How much money does he have on the line?
I mean, millions.
Exactly. Would you speak out right now in front of millions?
That's a great point. He probably trying to do things.
If somebody took me out there and put that beating on me in an illegal status like that, you know, like, bro needs to be in jail. Like, I can go make some money with Anthony Joshua, like, after we throw his ass in jail.
And look at the picture that Errol Spence retweeted. The question that Professor Nim didn't have the answer to, the hand wrap sticking out of the glove on the right hand, but not on the left hand. Even Errol the Truth Spence retweeted it, but Professor Nim want to be blind. Like, he's not gifted with the blessing of seeing.
You right now,
you know what I mean? What you say?
He's calling you out right now. I mean, I don't know what else way to say. We are past the point of Deontay saying anything. There is video proof all online of this happening to this brother, and everybody is still in denial. That's some cool shit. I'm sorry. There is no way around that. You're being blind to the facts. You're living in a...
It's one thing if there's no hard evidence. There's hard evidence proofs with pictures and logic that you could put together. Like I said, you could see blood on Tyson Fury wraps on his left hand, but not on the right. George Grove said the gloves are questionable in the first fight, but not the second fight. But if he cheated in the first fight, he cheated in the second fight.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, we know what time it is, but I appreciate the call, Akhi. I got a lot of calls.
Appreciate the love, Rock.
Thank you for accepting my call.
I appreciate you, Rock. Hey, we can agree to disagree.
You know, my page is Blaze Philly, Boxing Wave Media, man. Check me out. I'm just a regular cat online, just like you guys.
All right, check out Boxing Wave Media. Appreciate it, Akhi. Let me go ahead and call in the next person because, like I say, I'm getting a lot of calls. And so Errol Spence.
So
the truth.
Let me read some
what
stuff.
I'm saying.
So Jimmy Snooker says the
How
reason.
How you doing, Akhi?
Okay, go ahead.
What it says and where you calling from? Hello?
Hello?
Can you hear me? Hello, who this is and where you calling from?
Yeah, this is Samuel in DC. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we can. Go ahead. We got a lot of callers, fam, so.
What's on your mind tonight, bro?
Hey, so this is my thing. The real crime here is that, none of these media outlets are covering this stuff. I mean, how can you call out Wilder for that costume excuse, but then not even just bring up the subject? I mean, that's the part that gets me about this whole situation.
And that's what's the crazy part is this the hottest topic on social media, in the streets, online. Anywhere you go, this is the hottest topic, and they choose to ignore it. But they wanted to talk about a costume excuse. But they don't want to talk about the bigger issue where a fighter could have cheated, right? According to Professor Nim, could have, where we already see in pictures that he did cheat. So with that being said, they want to ignore that, and Tyson Fury rather block his Instagram comments and not celebrate his victory because you already know what time it is. If you cheated, he already know he don't want to speak on the subject because he don't want to make it any bigger. But we is not gonna let him slide with that. But keep on, Akhi.
So this is what I suspect. Is that Wilder has a lot of money on the line too. And I mean, I've talked to a lot of people that don't even follow boxing. They said they're gonna definitely watch again if they fight again. So what I'm thinking is they're gonna wait until after the third fight to address the issue, and they're gonna push it forward.
Yeah,
I mean, because otherwise it's hypocritical because they talked about the Astros cheating scandal, every other scandal where some athlete beat his his girlfriend, his wife, any little any moral thing that you hear in sports, even if it's just insinuated, they talk about it. So.
Yeah, but this is
not doing it because so much money's on the line. That's really what's going on.
There's money to be made, but you also got to realize that if they go and if this is not true, then the work, the plan, the execution, all of this it gets covered away in this dust and this cloud of controversy and all that.
Controversy sells, though. Controversy sells.
Yeah, controversy sells.
But like, what about giving somebody credit for
cheating?
So what if Muhammad Ali would have beat Sonny Liston that first time, and then they said, nah, he cheated, he did this. So, and then to take away all that young man's hard work.
Ali didn't cheat, though. Ali never cheated, never will. Tyson Fury cheated before.
Sonny Liston put something in Ali's eyes?
He did.
Didn't they say Sonny Liston put something in Ali's eyes?
Exactly. And Ali still won.
It still sold the second fight. So,
but it didn't take credit away from Ali's performance.
How many times did Mayweather get in trouble and they still had the fight going? Davis is still getting in trouble. It's only keeping their name in the media. I mean, this stuff happens all the time.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, this is a big issue because we have a fighter that could have possibly cheated. So if that's the case, why they don't investigate it and use all these cameras and all these camera angles to prove that Tyson Fury is innocent? Why they don't do that? Unless he's actually guilty and they can't cover her up. That's why they choose not to talk about it. ESPN, all the above. I mean, the person that actually signed on the glove and watched Tyson Fury put on the glove and he cheated.
So that means
Nevada Commission,
MGM, who has the cameras, Top Rank.
I mean,
whoever that Deontay
this stuff happened before. Cotto cheated.
That means
I'm sorry, excuse me. Margarito cheated in the past, right? Margarito cheated in the past. How he get away with it?
100%.
So this happened before. Let's not be ignorant. We know what time it is.
He got caught cheating by commission.
Alone, they should bring it up. Just on precedence alone, they should bring it up because we got the Christian Hammer fight, and then we got his sparring partner a year ago that said that put out that video on YouTube. We all saw that when it happened. We took a blind eye to it. We looked at it. You probably put it in the back of your mind, and you said, this is interesting, but we didn't really sit there and talk about it that long. But we had precedence with those two things going on. So you can't just dismiss this. Anyone.
With that said, so I'd like to ask questions to have some discourse here. So do you think that is if you had one kind of singular, most impactful reason why Fury beat Wilder, and you think it was the way he had his hand in his gloves? Everything? Okay. Are you saying that?
Let me give you another one then, since you're not believing me. Let me ask you a question, and I'm going to answer your question, but also ask you another question.
Okay. But you did say you were going to answer my question.
Hold on. Yeah. I do think that. And when is the last time you've seen a fighter bleed from his ear in 3 rounds, within 3 rounds in a fight? You never see that before.
I've seen
because he hit him with his fist, with his bare knuckle.
Name a fight. Yeah, because he hit him with the knuckle. That's why.
And there's a picture where he actually did so. There's a picture where he hit Deontay Wilder with his left jab on the ear, right on the ear. But just to answer Professor Nim question for you, the glove wrap sticking out of the left glove. That's one. Slap punching all night with his left hand.
Wasn't my question.
His glove flopping back and forth. I'm saying all these reasons is the why. It's the reason why there's a question.
No, it's a thought experiment. I said choose the singular, most impactful reason. I was waiting for him to give it
his fist. We seen his fist. Yeah, we seen his fist. We seen his fist in the glove.
So it wasn't his boxing. It wasn't his technique. I mean his strategy that they employed.
No.
So why did he cheat? Why did he cheat if that's the case?
I'm saying he didn't cheat. I'm saying he didn't cheat. Go ahead, dog.
Hey, Professor Nim,
yes.
if you want to go back and look at all the videos that Deontay and Akhi posted, I got comments in there when the fight finished. I gave Fury total credit. I said, man, this is a pound for pound victory. It's a great victory. It's a historic victory. He deserves all the credit. Once I started watching the videos, people started debunking it. You can see right before he lands the first knockdown punch, he brushes his wrist against his shorts on the right hand. You can see it. He's like you can see him gliding and sliding his hand up, and then he throws that wrist punch. He was doing it for both fights. When you obviously in real time it's hard to see, but when you slow it down, you can see it.
Yeah,
well, we'll go check it out.
Like I said, I made a video on it. Dante made a video on it, and I sent it to Professor Nim, but apparently Professor Nim didn't do his homework.
I watched it,
but you claim you didn't see the picture. You didn't see the photos where he got hit like that. Just because somebody
sends me something, I don't take that as just
hard,
fact.
Evident proof. You can see with your own eyes. You don't need. So you're telling me you manipulated by the media. If the media come out and say, "Oh, he cheated," you're gonna say he did. But when you see something with your own eyes with evidence and proof,
taking facts. I go look for evidence. I'm looking for the commission to put out an investigation. I'm looking for Las Vegas.
That's what we're doing. That's exactly what we're doing. We want to start an investigation, and Akhi starting it. What are you talking about, Professor Nim?
Before we let him go.
Go ahead,
Colin. One more thing. Yes. One more thing. Let's put this Wilder Fury fight aside, and let's remember that first Cotto Margarito fight. I remember watching that fight, and I was like, man, I never seen Cotto beat up so bad in the face, and I was like, man. I'm like, what's going on? But you just accept it in time. And then what happens later on? And it's the same thing with Wilder. You're looking at Wilder, you say, man, I never seen Wilder beat like that in my life. We saw him staggered and very hurt against Ortiz. In the same breath, we saw Cotto, his face looked like some beat up meat. Let's be honest.
Yeah, look, he ended the meat grinder.
He got caught when he fought Mosley.
And history repeat itself. So, like I said, Tyson Fury, this is not his first time cheating. He did it before against Klitschko and many more opponents. With that being said, appreciate it, Akhi. I'm gonna go ahead and move on to the next caller. I missed a lot of calls. Excuse me.
While you do that, I can read some. So Marlon Burnett said strategy helped. Because the first strategy got him a draw, even though he got knocked out. Oh, so he thinks that the count was long.
So, like I said, he cheated in both fights. It's like I said, he a professional at this.
Frank
you
Ross
could try to do what he does,
the
but this guy
sticking
is a
to his
professional.
lie, but doesn't have any real answers for his lie.
He don't got the answers. He feeling
hold on. So let's say what a lie is. So like a lie is like admittedly making a false statement. I'm not lying.
You made plenty.
Or whatnot. So I'm not lying.
Plenty.
So knowingly making.
You made
Go ahead.
plenty.
We have a
Professor
different
there.
opinion. All right, can we say that?
So we have 252 on the phone. How you doing, Akhi? Who this is? Where you calling from?
Yo, what's going on, Akhi? This is Joanna Judah calling from Charlotte, North Carolina.
Okay,
NC, what's good?
NC in the house.
Yeah, what's up, Professor? As much as you say with me, my brother, you sure don't think as wisely as I do.
I thought you was gonna be on my side tonight. I'm killing him softly.
I swear to you, brother. I was looking at you on there, and I was like, "Damn, that boy looks just like me." But you don't think as wisely as I do, and this is no diss to you, brother, none at all. But I want to give y'all, I want to give you guys a briefing on the history of boxing. The very first superstar athletically was a boxer by the name of Tom Molyneux, who traveled to Europe. He beat everybody in the United States. He even traveled to Europe, and when they put him in the ring against the top man there. They, in between rounds, when they seen him about to beat the white man, they knocked him in the head with an iron bar or something and sent him back out there to be defeated. Then look at the whole thing about Jack Johnson when he first won the heavyweight title. They cut off the reel. You'll never see the 10 count. You'll never see the knockout.
Yeah, like live. They pulled it because
right.
they pulled it.
They don't want you. They don't want that image. Wilder is too dark, too proud, and too spiritual for their liking. They're never going to put their foot behind that man. If you notice when Tyson Fury was standing up with Bob Arum, he said, "You called me over here to do the job, and we did it. We did it." Who is we? Who is we, Akhi?
Hey, the fight is on the whole list. And like I said, we already know what time it is. Tyson Fury got the complexion for the protection.
I think that's pretty common, though, to kind of make that when you look at your team. Yes, go ahead.
You want to believe in them so badly. You want to believe in the best of human nature so badly. But they're never going to change, brother.
So you're saying there's never an opportunity to have a legal fight with the white person?
They cheated in front of your face, and you gonna tell me a legal fight? What is legal about that,
bro?
That dude had his fist where the palm of his hand should be.
I know. And there's an investigation because of all the proof.
We need to start an investigation, and we will start it. And we already started it. New media is the investigation. We the wave, we the mob.
Make something happen then.
We are making it happen. What do you think? We making a movement out here. We making a change. And that's the whole purpose of new media, is we making a change because if they not going to do nothing about it, we will. But go ahead, Akhi.
That's right. And for the guy that called in and was talking about the jab, eventually snapping his head back, the glove can be readjusted. It can be adjusted and readjusted as he wants it. Just like the guy just called in and said how he was rubbing it against his leg. Brother, look at the beast that you're dealing with.
Wow.
Look at the beast. Look at what he's trying to color us as a people. Look at this beast. I don't care. The highest of them in all arenas are evil. They're wicked people, brother. Professor, be that professor.
My brother, my brother out here preaching, but I appreciate it, Akhi. You definitely got to call in, man. Listen, I want to speak to you again, Akhi, but man, appreciate it. Appreciate it. Had a great time talking to you.
Should I go with my meditation?
Man, peace one time, man. I done knocked you out, Professor Nim, today. They my witness. All of y'all my witness. Like I said, he had no answer to these points. And I'm going to mention it. I don't want anybody that got any answers to these questions or to these accusations, call in. Tyson Fury glove wrap sticking out of the left glove. As Errol Spence retweeted it. The truth, Errol Spence co-signs Akhi, who speaks the truth every single time he opened his mouth. The second one is slap punching all night. Slap punching all night. Throwing a hook and the glove is rotating in 90 degrees. How's that even possible? Because he's punching with his fist, with his bare knuckle. Blood on the hand wrap on Tyson Fury left glove. You can see Tyson Fury fist and thumb in the glove when he throws the punch. Tyson Fury jabbing with the palm of his hand. Like, who does that? And hurting Deontay Wilder. Tyson Fury jabbing past Deontay Wilder's forehead. You can see the jab like this in the air. Like, does that even make sense? Where you aiming to, Tyson Fury? You too accurate for that. But he hitting with his palm of his hand where his fist is, and the glove is going up. It's common sense if you think about it logically. And there's many more examples. Like I said, Tyson Fury raised his hand, and you can see the glove being loose. And there's pictures and evidence and proof. And like I said, even ref Mark McDonald, the referee, Mark McDonald's, he caught Tyson Fury in the past cheating, and he got caught in the past using PEDs and steroids.
So I do have a question. So the referee was Kenny Bayless.
Hey,
so
what's good, y'all?
Anytime you go to a match,
hold on, give me a second, Akhi.
The referee comes up to you, like looks at your gloves and stuff.
And guess what Tyson Fury did?
What did he do?
And guess what Tyson Fury did? He pushed his hand out of the referee. I kid you not.
So you saying that Kenny Bayless is part of the...
No, Kenny Bayless didn't know. Tyson Fury, a cheater always knows how to cheat. And he got away with cheating. The referee, hold on. The referee tried to grab his hand. Guess what Tyson Fury did? He pulled his hand away. Even when Tyson Fury got knocked out in the 12th round, he got up, and guess what? He put his hand on the referee's shoulders, so the referee
even at the beginning of the second fight. At the beginning of the second fight, you see him.
Hold on, Akhi. Give me a second. The referee put the Tyson Fury, when he got up, so the referee won't check his glove. He put his glove on the referee's shoulders. Man, this guy is a genius. Even when he knocked out, he just woke up out of the coma. He knew, man, I can't let this referee catch me cheating. But how you doing, Akhi? Who this is, and where you calling from?
Yeah, state your name.
What's good? I'm from Arizona. My name's Arlene. I work at Circle K, and I be talking to my customers about this all day. And
so who you rocking with tonight?
You rocking with tonight?
I'm rocking with Wilder all the way. Cause wrong is wrong. Wrong is wrong. Cause look.
You're rocking with a person that cheated, Professor Nam, but go ahead.
I gave Fury his credit when he won, but when I went back and watched it, hell nah, bruh. You got a bag on your hand, you over here slinging it in both fights, and you got caught for the same thing in the past. We ain't just gonna act like that didn't happen. When you go to court, what's the first thing they do? Bring up your past. So you done been caught for the same shit. So you need to get apprehended and thrown behind bars or something.
Well, that's not true. He was so this was a different.
Not behind bars. But
what I'm saying is so we should inform the people about the accusation. There was a sparring partner that made a video, and he had a pair of Tyson Fury's gloves. And what he was saying is that look at where your fist would be at. He said, look at where there's no padding here. He was like, now look at my gloves, which had all these padding, and look at these gloves. He's like, that's another
proof. But what man talking about on the phone, he talking about the referee that busted Tyson Fury during a fight that Tyson Fury, he didn't have his hand in the glove. That's what my man talking about. That's another sign that co-signed what my man preaching. But keep going.
They delayed the fight, and he was sitting there looking dumbfounded, like, damn, I just got caught up. Now I got to find a new way to fight.
Man, he looked like he had a heart attack. He was like, man, I hope they don't suspend me.
Rubbing his head and everything. His whole body language was just telling stories.
You could tell, and that's what I'm saying. So what the point that Professor Nim brought up right now, cosigns Akhi and everything that I've been preaching. Tyson Fury, even his own sparring partner, came out saying that his glove had been tampered with. Man, guys, where smoke is fire. There's no smoke and there's no fire. Where is smoke is fire. Word to my man Deontay, but keep on preaching, Akhi.
Yeah. All I know is if this was any other scenario, the media would be all over it, covering it, because that's what's hot in the streets and that's what's trending. But the fact that they avoided it lets you know that they had something to do with it or something.
They have to do something with race. They have to do something with race. That's if we keep it 100.
They need to restore my man's record, because wrong is wrong. They put his life on the line on public television, and that ain't right.
Tyson Fury disqualified for being a great fighter in history, period.
Right, because this is speculation. So what if this is not true?
This is true.
Has anybody even just thought about that?
Why did Tyson Fury block his Instagram? Why did they not? Why they haven't replied to it yet? Oh, they're gonna reply to it in the future. They looking up to make up excuses, but they can't find
he's
none.
Probably living his best life.
Oh
man.
yeah, but when he beat Tom Schwartz, he was out here celebrating. When he beat Tom Schwartz, he acted like he beat Godzilla and shit.
So listen, hey,
when he beat Deontay Wilder, he got nothing to say. Come on, man.
I go across the world. I have fun. I do this. And just because I'm not on IG and everything, it happens.
I'm going to let you go, Akhi. I got another call on the phone.
I appreciate the love.
All right.
So, how you doing, Akhi? Who this is and where you calling from?
Yo, what up? This T, man, representing out of Fort Lauderdale, Florida. What's good?
What's going on?
What's good? How we feeling? Who you rocking with tonight? Akhi or Professor Nim?
Man, I'm rocking. I got, we gotta call a spade, man. We gotta call a spade, man. I'm gonna tell you this, and I'm gonna leave it alone.
Okay.
Real quick, gypsy travelers, particularly Irish gypsy travelers, are masters of the con. If you don't believe me, yo, Black, pull your phone out right now. And Google.
I know about the
gypsy scam.
I definitely know about the history.
So
I mean, they're basically like I don't want to. Go ahead. Though.
They cheat. It's a part of the culture. It's what they do. They run smoke and mirrors. They do circuses. That's what they do. I'm telling you. I went to school with them. Do some research on it. They are traveling con men and women. That's what they do. Women go into stores, shoplifting, boosting. It's what they do. Now, whatever you want to glean from that, brother, and take from that, I understand you don't want to piss, we got to be careful what we say because truthfully, we want to preach a message of love, right? And be all inclusive. That's what we want to do.
Right, yeah, absolutely.
Right, and edification, that's what we want to do. But on the flip side of that, fuck that. That nigga,
you got to tell the truth sometimes.
I'm trying to tell you some real shit. And my uncle, tell you how my uncle used to tell me, the truth is the light and you should be so afraid of the dark. And you figure it out. The truth is the light, and we should all be afraid of the dark.
The truth will will set you free. At the end of the day, like I said, if you go to the doctor, you want him to tell you the truth, even if it hurts your feelings. That's what Akhi does. He tell you the truth, even if it hurt your feelings. I don't tell you a lie. So if I see a person cheat in the sport that I love, even though after I gave Tyson Fury all the credit he deserved to enjoy the fruits of his labor.
You had to.
Yeah, I gotta call him out on it. I gotta call him out on it. Y'all saw me on Split Decision give Tyson Fury his props on every single episode after he beat Wilder. But after, like I said, seeing him cheat, I'm gonna call a spade a spade. Professor Nam wanna call a spade the eighth. Come on, man. We know what time it is. We saw a person cheat and we know what time it is.
If you Google, I challenge you, Professor. I challenge you. I double, triple
I like challenges. I like challenges. Okay.
Google your phone. Look on your phone and Google gypsy.
Gypsy
scam. Google
I'll
gypsy
say this. So
scam.
I actually know about the history of gypsy. So they do. So most of them are kind of like this kind of marauding, traveling thing where they do, and it is about kind of smoke and mirrors, and that's but at the same time, I don't want to necessarily
fortune telling scam.
Yeah, exactly.
Fortune teller scam. They run that. They do construction scams, bait and switch. You know what I mean? Switching tags in stores and shit. I mean, that's what they do.
Yes, but we also saying that that's a whole culture of people, right? So, and then we don't want to condemn everybody that comes from there. Right?
Okay, we're not saying that they. Okay, all right. Well, let's just say there's gypsies have a reputation. You understand? Gypsies have a just like people of a darker hue have a reputation of running the sport of boxing traditionally. Okay, we're not saying that to say that the other cultures can't box, but we're saying traditionally melanated peoples run the sport.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's just what it is. It can, if a white person's hearing me saying that, they probably feel a way about it. But it doesn't change the fact of what the truth is. You understand? And if you're a gypsy that doesn't scam people, then you're listening, you probably feel a way about it. But on the flip side of that, I bet you can say, but he ain't lying. No, I do got a lot of my people that do scam. I don't do it, but a lot of my people scam. So what I'm saying to you is that I don't put shit past him. Because he has no conscience. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, and then
he's scamming boxing. He's scamming right now.
He's running a con game. You ain't as vocal as Tyson Fury is. How much you seen him out in the press talking? Thank you. I rest my case.
Like I said,
for a dude that just beat the juggernaut, the boogeyman, not just of the division of fucking boxing.
Yeah. And he not here celebrating, but when he beat Tom Schwartz, he was out here celebrating. But like I said, he beat Tom Schwartz, he act like he beat Godzilla. But when he beat Wilder, he out here not saying a thing. But appreciate it, Akhi. Great talking to you.
Y'all be easy, brother. Y'all be easy.
I appreciate the love. So we are probably got 2 more calls because we don't want to lose our camera because we're about at that mark.
Okay. Like I said, we got a couple people on the chat, man. I'm getting a lot of calls. Appreciate all my Akhis calling in. I'm trying to get to as many calls as I can.
So Moby the one says this caller crazy. Hard work was nothing but cheating. Yes, Fury can box and he has insane skill, but he still cheated.
Yeah,
the
like I said,
clearly show the outline.
He looking for a shortcut. Sometimes a person look for a shortcut in life and cheats. And that's exactly what he did.
Lewis Hall, I'm sorry about this. So Akhi, so he had been asking about the call-in number, and I think we were getting so many. It was kind of. Yeah. But Lewis Hall, we definitely please tune in this
Tell
every
him
week.
What's his area code.
Yeah. So if you
drop your area code,
if you drop your. I don't think he was able to find the number. That's what he was asking.
Oh no, it's in the description box. Just look in the description box. You see the number. So how you doing, Akhi? Who this is? Where you calling from?
Yo.
Yeah. Go ahead, Akhi. We got a lot of callers.
Hey, look, that's all I gotta say is I want to get on something, man. Basically, you can see that fuck, but like when his real hand connects, it's set on his body shape. You know what I'm saying? It's like when the tip of the glove connects, or when both of the gloves connect, it looks slim, but when you see his body, it just looks funny as hell to me, man. Real funny to me that his body shape after the glove already contact. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So you feel like he cheated?
Oh, hell yeah.
What I'm trying to say is...
I'm trying to be politically
I'm trying to
correct. My man want to be politically correct.
You.
So I'm going to go ahead and get into another caller. I got a lot of callers. Appreciate it, Akhi.
So one is somebody was saying that they...
How you doing, Akhi? Who this is? Where you calling from?
This is Dustin.
Yeah, how you doing, Dustin?
What's going on, Dustin? Where you calling from? Oh, Florida? Florida is in the house tonight.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. How you doing? Go ahead and state your comment. We got a lot of callers, fam. Go ahead.
I was just curious if you guys seen like people posting these videos saying it's nearly impossible to have just his wrist or just his hand in the wrist part.
I haven't seen it.
There's people on the Mayweather boxing channel that are saying that it's total bullshit.
Yeah.
Like he would fucking break his hand and his wrist.
How do you answer that?
Let him talk.
When your hand's all the way in the glove and you're bending your wrist,
telling me to let somebody talk. Go ahead. I'm sorry about that, bro. Hello?
Bro, I'm not. Yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry, fam. Can you finish your point?
I think he kind of said it, though.
Like, he didn't say it. He was trying to say something.
Did you hear what I said?
Yeah. Can you finish your point?
Oh, yeah. When his fist is in the wrist part and you're saying, like, he's bending his wrist, that front part of the glove is not going to flop. It's just going to look, like, stationary. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can look up videos of, like,
it will fly, and I'm going to do a demonstration on it. So, I'm going to go ahead and do a demonstration on it as well. Appreciate it, Akhi. Thank you for the call.
Thank you for rocking with Professor Nims tonight, too, bro.
How you doing, Akhi? Who this is?
Hello?
Yeah, how you doing, Akhi? Who this is?
Oh, yeah.
Yo, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Go ahead. You live.
Yeah, this is Lewis Hall. I've been trying to call in for.
Oh, it is. Yeah, we got him. Yeah, we got you. What's good?
So go ahead. Let us know how you feel.
Oh, pretty good. From Michigan.
Okay.
All right. What's on your mind tonight?
Well, I mean, when you look at the pictures and you see, I mean, you can clearly see where the wrist is, how it gets wider. You can see his fist balled up in the glove. I mean, there's no way that you can look at these pictures and think that his hand is all the way in the glove. And the crazy part about it
is the fact that he was popping his hand in and out of the glove. He was popping his hand in and out of the glove.
Right.
And,
That's what I'm saying.
You know
that's
what I'm saying? So
professional cheater right there.
It's I mean, it's so freaking clear of what the heck is going on. It's like, how can somebody even think that it's not what you're looking at? Because it's so clear.
Professor Nim, speak on that.
Okay, let me ask you this.
Okay.
How can a person, if you look at the glove where the wrist is supposed to be,
okay, I'm looking at the glove.
Is it going to get wider where the wrist is supposed to be?
It might be how his hands are wrapped.
No, man, the hands wrap around down your wrist to the beginning part of your forearm and up.
Yeah, not the flick of the look of the wrist. Nah.
No, he was asking how did it get wider, and
his wrist is wider because his fist right there.
Up. You can see the skin.
You can see the thumb.
Listen, if his hand is in the glove, it's impossible to see any skin because it will be in the region of the wrist where it's all wrapped. That would mean he would have no wrap on his wrist.
So what you're saying is that you feel that this guy cheated in a sport that's already legalized assault, that he needs to be not only investigated, stripped of that, he needs to be suspended, maybe for a lifetime ban. He also needs to be criminal charges. So we shouldn't even be thinking about a trilogy fight with Wilder.
That's what Wilder wants the trilogy fight so he can knock his ass out. Wilder wants the trilogy fight so he could knock his ass out with his hand, his own hand, because he want to fight him on an even playing field. My man Deontay Wilder gonna knock his cheating ass out back to the UK.
The man has
Is he gonna wear like a 20-pound uniform?
Hey,
this ain't bare knuckle fighting. Let Deontay Wilder do the same shit. He gonna kill him.
The same referee was in that fight. That was in the other fight
for the Cotto fight.
Guy.
Yeah,
exactly. So
the same referee that was refereeing this fight was the same referee for the Cotto fight when Margarito cheated.
Right.
So I don't want to hear no shit how you got away with it.
The camera in the back room. Why did they unplug the camera?
Right.
And then he tried to put the coat over it first. Then he unplugged it. Then as he coming out, he raised his arms up, and somebody snapped a shot of that picture and blew it up, and you could see the left glove loose as fuck. Right. And then the right glove was loose too.
And I showed Professor in the picture too.
He probably was popping his hand in and out the right glove too. It's no way.
Professor Nim speechless. I showed him the picture. He had nothing to say. He was just like, man, I can't defend this dude no more.
I have a lot to say. I'm not speechless. That's the opposite of speech.
Hey, like Professor, you a professor, but I'm out here. I'm being a doctor today. You know, like I said, I'm gonna tell you the truth.
You would not do surgery on me because it's a lot of conjecture and speculation. Like I think your heart right here.
There's no. It's not emotion. I'm not with this person or that person. It's not emotion. It's clear fact. And then you look at what he almost did over in the UK when the guy came and said it was a split where the thumb is. It was cut right there.
He looked like he had a heart attack.
He's a professional at popping his hand in and out the glove at will. Okay? If you look at when he tried to touch his glove, you know what I'm saying, he pulled his arm around. When he got knocked out and he stood up, he didn't let him pull his gloves towards him. He put his gloves on his shoulders.
Right.
I mean, it's too obvious, man.
It's too
obvious,
bro.
And then you look at the ref, they look like they tried to wipe the blood off. And, you know, of the left glove, you can clearly see the stain of the blood where they tried to wipe it off. I mean, it's
okay. I have one question. I like that. Ask the callers questions. So, who do you honestly think is the better boxer between Wilder and Fury?
Okay, the discussion is this. Okay.
Are you going to answer the question?
Akhi, hold on. Akhi. But I want to let Professor Nip. Everybody is almost better technically than Wilder. Ortiz was too, right. But Wilder got that one hit a quitter.
I was asking.
So Ortiz was winning the fight the same way. Don't mean you could cheat.
Okay. Right. That's an irrelevant question to even ask.
Yeah, like they don't mean he could cheat. So you telling me he could cheat? Oh, if Tyson Fury got more skill, he could cheat.
No, he was killing niggas in the first, second, third round. You know what I'm saying? Until he started getting on them fucking psych meds and all that. And
what you gotta understand, Akhi, is at the end of the day, it don't matter if Tyson Fury got more skills or not. That don't matter. So he could cheat.
How is that irrelevant?
So why doesn't he win with his skill?
I can show you how that question is relevant.
Why doesn't he win with his skill?
Well, I can show you how that question is relevant.
Go ahead, show me.
Okay,
go ahead. So follow up. No, hold on, Akhi, hold on. Let Professor Nim speak. Go ahead.
So the reason that I'm asking that question is that there is a small chance in there.
No.
Hold on. Why? Okay, but you saying because you saying why are you saying that? What's the skill got to do with that? Because Ortiz had way more skill than Wilder, and Wilder still slept him. He was losing every single moment of that fight till he knocked him out.
The reason I said that,
but Tyson Fury figured I'm gonna use knuckles and knock his ass out before he knocks me out.
Let me finish my point, Akhi. So the reason I asked that question, this is for you and the caller, is that from the callers, this is what I sense, right? So I'm kind of putting some words to your mouth, but from the calls that we've gotten who are rocking with Akhi, is that you feel that the reason that he lost, the greatest singular factor was the fact that Fury used Dr. Gloves. And for me, I think that the single most impactful factor was that Fury is just a better boxer than him.
So he had to cheat in order to win? Why he had to cheat? Hold on, Akhi. Answer this question. Why did he cheat in order to win if he's better boxer?
You keep asking that, but that's a question based off a false premise.
But I'm saying you keep saying that. I'm showing you hard evident proof that he did, and you keep saying Wilder got almost all his opponents. According to you, you say every opponent that he faced got more skill than him. So if that's the case, then why does Tyson Fury have to cheat in order to win?
We gotta let the caller go, but let's let him finish his point before we let him go.
Okay, okay. Now, the man has been caught taking steroids, and he's taking coke because the coke masks the steroids. Where you can't detect it when they take the test. He has a history of it. He's an expert marksman with cheating. Okay, now when you look at my whole point of view is the perspective of people that look at something and still see something different. Where is this stemming from? How could you look at this and you see clearly what is going on? You see how he's hitting. You see the blood on the thing. You see them put the thing over the camera. Then they decided to unplug it. You know what I'm saying? You saw in the other fight where the fight was held up for 10 minutes. 10 whole minutes for them to go and get another glove, because not only was it not on all the way, but where the thumb was that connects to the thing, it was slit down there. Brand new glove. How is that possible? You know what I'm saying? So it's like when I look at this, then they say, oh well, if that was the case, then it had to be a conspiracy and this and that. Look at the referee. When he was getting ready to count, he threw his arm up. He didn't even say what. He stepped back and walked back around to him and waited a few seconds before he started to count one. You can see it if you slow it down.
Yeah, appreciate it, Akhi. Thank you for calling in. And we short on time today. Appreciate the love.
We gotta lift each other up. I appreciate it.
Yeah, absolutely. We do. I'm with my brothers. I hope people don't get this misconstrued. Yeah. And I am trying to. I do feel like I am extremely objective. One thing that I want to say that I do want to clear up, because I'm about facts, is that it is true. Fury was caught with PEDs with Nanolone, actually, and then so he had a 2-year sentence that was backdated. So he didn't serve it, but the fact that he was out for 2 years allowed him so just so that we
it's a cover up. They got the complexion for the protection. So with that being said, let me go ahead and like I said, appreciate everybody for calling in.
Yeah, because we're gonna lose power.
This split decision is a boxing debate / talk show where Akhi, he chewed up Professor Nim like some Eminems. I mean, today I'm rapping like I'm Eminem. You know what I'm saying? I'm feeling like the OG swag. Younger in the game, but OG in here. So with that being said, even though he a professor today, like I said, I'm the doctor. I'll tell you the truth, and Errol Spence, the truth, co-sign what I'm saying that Tyson Fury, basically, there's a question mark next to his name and his legacy as a whole.
Hashtag Professor Nims.
So last caller, because I promised him I was going to call him back. We short on time, so as soon as you get the call, Akhi, you got 2 minutes to, take us out.
We calling you up. You better answer. This is the last call of the night.
Yes, sir. So with that being said, subscribe below if you're trying to get smarter by the minute. If you're trying to get dumb about the second, don't. And listen to these decaf, aka dumb casual ass fans / old media. Shout out to new media. Shout out to DBN for starting the new media wave. We are the wave. We are the new media that apply pressure on old media to talk about all topics, especially the main important ones.
4, 6, 2, 1.
Oh man, he out here. He out and about. We short on time. Like I said, you can read some of the comments. Drop your comments below who won the debate tonight.
What?
So drop your comments below. Hashtag Akhi, hashtag Professor Nim. Let's see who won the debate. You already know. Hashtag Akhi, because I bury Professor Nim alive. Like I said, if I do this to Professor Nim, my broski, Akhi, if I do that to Professor Nim, picture what I'm going to do to you, decafs. So at the end of the day, drop your comments below who won the debate. Read the comments. Read the comments, Professor Nim.
It just says hashtag Professor. Other guys pointing up.
They all saying Akhi.
They
all saying Akhi. You already know that.
I'm reading it right now.
Yeah, you already.
Killer Black Mamba says Akhi. You Belinda. You didn't debate me. Akhi, Professor Nils. Appreciate that. Jose Camacho. J. Cole Professor. Joshua Simpson said that you just took an L. So I don't know.
You already know the truth don't take an L.
Oh, come on, Miss Unbreakable. You gonna do me like that?
The truth don't take an L. The truth don't take an L.
We're still waiting for our first lady caller.
The truth don't take an L.
We want to get
even Errol Spence, the truth co-sign what I'm saying in the videos that I put out. We over here trying to bring awareness. So like I said, I see all the chats rocking Akhi. Professor Nim.
Professor.
Yo.
How you doing, Akhi?
Last caller
tonight. Take us out.
What's up, man? Let's wake up, Mr. Fresh, man.
Oh, there we go. That's a perfect way to end up.
What you say?
Yeah, you know.
Drop the knowledge for him. Tell him what Nim's about.
Hey, look, man. Regardless of what the gloves and whatnot, man, it looked like that in the first fight too, man.
Well, he cheated in the first and second fight. That's what we saying.
He did it in the first. He did it in the first and the second fight, man. But that he changed his whole boxing is what really took Deontay out in this second fight, man. Like
it don't matter. Once you're a cheater, you're always a cheater. If Wilder hit him with his bare knuckle, he would have knocked him out. Hey, check this out. All the comments in the chat saying Akhi won the debate, I don't want to hear it. Because at the end of the day, I'm out here knocking out my own broski.
He cheat the same way in the first fight. He cheat the same way in the second fight. The only thing he changed is the boxing technique. If just say he cheat the same way both ways, the only thing he changed is the boxing technique, man. He knocked him out.
No, it need to be a fair fight. At the end of the day, the sport, there's no place for cheaters in the sport. The sport of boxing is already the hurt business, so there should be no cheaters, and Tyson Fury should get suspended. Like, let's all cut off the bullshit as far as he better skillful. Everybody better skillful than Wilder.
We need a real investigation to really go down.
Well, that's why new media is starting. New media, we starting the new investigation on Tyson Fury, exposing him for cheating.
Bringing logic to the
appreciate it, Akhi. Appreciate it for calling in. I appreciate all my Akhis. Like I said, I buried Professor Nim alive today.
I'm looking
so
good.
we're gonna talk about this on a different episode as well. We have more topics, but we don't have the time. And I appreciate all my Akhis and all the people in the chat. Like I said, I see y'all ripping the Akhi Nation. I see y'all telling me I buried Professor Nim, my own broski, alive. So with that being said, if I do that to my own broski, picture what I'm gonna do to you. Peace and we out. Take us out, Professor Nim.
You know what it is. Subscribe and like. Blue Corner